Well, it's all come down to this. Thank you all for joining us here on Pub Sports Radio for our national championship live stream. And look at this. Look who's rolled in, Mr. Sean Higgs with $100 dono that says, let's go under the total. Those of you who got in at 146.5 are laughing as it got all the way down to 143 as we start the game. Sean Higgs, I believe you are on the sharp side. It's great to see all of you guys. Truth Teller, Razor Sharp Picks will be on here later. Smoke and Mirrors, Dustin and Jamie H, Wine Time Sports, Spenny Penny Bombs, Ron Lofton, Tori Coker, Troy Torrance, who's going to be on here soon, The Reaver. We have so much going on right now, so much going on because we also have our contests coming to a conclusion, a cash-filled conclusion. We have so much action going on right now, and we have a video that was sent in to me, a capper who's not being heard from for a long time, that I must play. He's got action on a game that's popping off here in 8 minutes. But first and foremost, our contests. Our bracket contest coming down to the wire. The Reaver, who is here in our chat right now, is in first place. And if UConn wins, he gets all of the money. Ramon Scott Sports will come second. Slaughter will be third, and Andrew will be fourth. But if Purdue wins, Geodude 10 will be our winner. Jeff Nadu will come second. Dre Machi will come third. And then the Reaver and my mom tie for fourth, and it goes down to points. The Reaver has 135 for this game, and my mom 143 on the button. There is the cash for both pools, the 224 NCAA bracket pool. 940 to the winner, 470, 282, and 188. And for the confidence pool, 672 for first and second ties, because second we have a tie, and it's done. Nothing can change. This is how the confidence pool bangs out. Our friend Saturated will be the winner, our champion. And Dana Delp and Alex Hills, all teams have UConn and Purdue will tie it for second. So that's already locked in. Dabby Cab in the house. Ron Lofton got Purdue first half +4 and full game under 146. It's chip time, says Gerald Jones. There's my guy, Perky Sanderson, in the house. So I have an SGP and I have a bet. I missed out on the under. I was just kind of passive, just waiting a little too long. That's fine. I've got it in my SGP and I have a bet. But first, there is other action other than the national championship. We have a baseball game popping off in 6 minutes. 6 minutes. And that is the Arizona Diamondbacks game. That's my SGP I'm looking at right now. Let's just take a quick look at this Diamondbacks game popping off here in 6 minutes. I was sent a video to show you guys. It's Zach Gallen going up against Kyle Freeland. The Diamondbacks on the road -180 right now. And I was sent a video. So without further ado, a capper who has not been seen or heard from for a long time is here to deliver his action.
Hey, Jimmy, it's your old pal Jeffrey Epstein here. Obviously still alive, still living in the life of luxury here, alive and well at the Clinton Estates. Keep it down back there. R. Kelly's in the background doing remix to Ignition. This place is cuckoo times. It's great. It's phenomenal. We got P. Diddy moving in next week. Shout out Bad Boy Records. Let's talk cash. Today we got the Arizona Diamondbacks. Zach Gallen, like a gallon of cum, all over some poor impoverished who's face. So, $2,000-$3,000, so what? Jimmy, remember this song? She's only 16 years old. Leave her alone, they said. I don't think so, Jimmy. We're not going to leave it alone. We're going to blow it open like a 16-year-old's asshole today. Colorado going down, guy. You can count on that. Diamondbacks to the moon, Jimmy, and I'll be talking to you.
Well, there you have it. Jeffrey Epstein is on the Arizona Diamondbacks. Ron Lofton on Freeland under 15.5 in that game. What were you expecting? Welcome to Pub Sports Radio National Championship Breakdown. On today's show, Debbie Cab, Bo Bano, Dave Rogers, Connor Mag, Brizzy, Dutch Boy Fresh, Razor Sharp Picks, Jose Bouquet, Mr. Sean Higgs, and our first guest who will be joining us here very shortly, my co-host in Bankroll Blitz, ready to attack this basketball game. But let me just set this all up very quickly for you guys and go over my action. We pop off in 44 minutes. 44 minutes to ignition. Shout out to the aforementioned R. Kelly. The number one ranked Purdue Boilermakers 34-4. The number one ranked UConn Huskies 36-3. Not at, but versus State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. UConn, the defending champs, coming to the national championship with an insane average margin of victory, 25 points during this tournament. I mean, it's just nuts. They're going for their sixth national title, look to become the first back-to-back champion since the Florida Gators back in 2007. Over their last 11 tournament games, covering 2 years, the closest any team has come to them was Miami in last year's Final Four, losing by 13. This is a team that's as complete as they come. Led by senior point guard and Bob Cousy Award winner Tristan Newton, UConn can beat you in a variety of ways. They're third in average assists per game in the country. They have the fifth highest assist to field goals made ratio in the land. What can stop them? Maybe a 7'4" Toronto Ontarian named Zach Edey. But they're going to need perimeter scoring from Lance Jones, Mason Gillis, and Fletcher Lawyer if they want any chance to stop this UConn runaway train. Edey's a back-to-back National College Player of the Year. Will be banging down low with 7'2" sophomore Donovan Clingan. Purdue is currently ranked second overall in KenPom, trailing only UConn. They rank third in offensive efficiency and 12th in defensive efficiency. And speaking of Sean Higgs, unders. Purdue has played to the under in the last 3 games. 5 of their 7 games in the postseason have gone to the under. And UConn has gone under in all 5 tournament games. All 5 tournament games and 7 of their last 8 games. Man Bear Pig in the house. We got Old E. We got Dana Delp, Marcus McCarthy, Aditya Day, 229 in the house. We got Doug ready to get to work. Justin McKelvey ready to roll. So. Oh, I thought, sorry, Sean, I meant that's my fault. I'm pretty sure let me just back it up. Make sure you've got the goods here. Wow. Look at me. Oh, yeah, I sent it there. I sent it, Sean. I sent it at 14 minutes ago to my friend. So here's my action. I agree with Higgs. I think the under is the bet. If we get a chance to come in at any number around 145 or higher, we will. I will. I don't know if we'll get that opportunity. After sitting here for days thinking about how to bet this, I finished off on one spot. And that is Clingan. How much energy is Clingan going to have to expend trying to battle Zach Edey down low? And what a high potential to get into foul trouble. These guys, I mean, Clingan has been dominant all year. Now, he's not had to face very many Zach Edeys. So I took under 13.5 points for Donovan Clingan. And I got that at minus 130 at Bet365. At Pinnacle is minus 152. Sharpest book in the land doesn't want you to bet the under, but 365, we'll take it. And then it comes to my SGP, my same game parlay today is not paying that much. And it's just $100 fire shot. It's just a little icing on the cake. I've got Clingan under 13.5 points. I have the under 148.5. I bought 5 points. I have Purdue first half plus 7.5 and full game plus 10.5 plus 280. Still a little icing on the cake. We're ready to fire live. We are ready to fire live. Joseph Gomez has an earthquake, then an eclipse, and now Jimmy on a Monday. The world is changing. We're back to our Monday night live streams. Nasty Nate in the house, UConn and under teaser. I'm really excited to be back in business with you guys. It's been too long since we've rolled. I'm just going to give you guys a toast. Thank you for being here. Thank you for rolling with us. Let's have so much fun. Life is too short. Let's enjoy every second of this game, the chance for us to live bet together, cap together, cash together, and enjoy the great sport of basketball. Thank you so much for joining us here on Pub Sports Radio. May the money be ours. Oh, yes. I remember you. Let's bring on our first guest. As I said, my co-host all year in Bankroll Blitz. His database growing by the day, focusing on football, basketball, and baseball, is a huge wealth of information and money-making opportunities for us. Please welcome from Chicago, Illinois, Mr. Troy Torrance. Troy, how are you, my friend?
What's up, Jimmy? Ready to get to the bag here with this game.
Yeah, man. It's exciting. It couldn't be more exciting. And we have a runaway train with UConn. How are you getting paid here in the national championship?
I personally believe that you're still paying a tax. You continue to pay a tax to back UConn pretty much since the tournament began. And on the other hand, you got Purdue, who I think you're paying a discount if you want to back them. They're still tarnished by the Fairleigh Dickinson debacle from last year. Just seems like nobody believes in this team from top to bottom. I mean, everyone you talk to, all my public gauges that I test in my circle, all like UConn, think it's a runaway train like a lot of people do, and it's hard to blame them. But I think we have a perfect matchup with Purdue. Nobody matches up better with this UConn team than Purdue. And in my opinion, if this game's late in the second half and it's tight, it's a tight game, UConn has not been pressured like that. I just feel like this game is going to be a lot closer than people believe. I'm not going to pay the tax for UConn. I'm going to back Purdue. I got them plus 6.5. I put it on a boost at FanDuel. I'm not going to lie. It's not like I'm extremely confident in this play. That's why I'm not going to go through every note that I have. But it's definitely most of my analysis is broken into the tax brackets. You're paying a tax for UConn. You're paying much less for Purdue. I also got Lance Jones over 11.5. If you look at all the Purdue players listed for their player props and their point props, there's only one that set it as average. That's Lance Jones. And if you watch this kid play, he's always the one stepping up in the big moments, in my opinion. He's not scared of the moment. And I think he's going to be the one scoring buckets alongside Zach Edey. I also got a SGP, and I really like that leg you had with Klingon. That actually, made my SGP. I got Purdue money line. I got Klingon under 13.5, Lance Jones over 11.5, and Braden Smith over 10.5. And that's plus 1274. But yeah, Purdue and Lance Jones are really what I'm going with here.
So I like the SGP, Klingon under 13.5, but I mean, it starts with Purdue money line, Klingon under 13.5, Lance Jones, Jones over 11.5. And what was the final spot on that one?
Yeah, Purdue, Lance Jones, Klingon, and Braden Smith over 10.5. And the reason I played the 6.5, there's sevens in the market. I took a 6.5 because on FanDuel you get a boost. I got it at plus 118. I took minus 106 to plus 118. But there's sevens available, so don't take a 6.5.
I am copying and pasting action from our cappers in the chat as well. Tone Miggins, fast cash play today is UConn first half minus 2.5, minus 141. I'm so excited about watching this game with the squad. Also, I won't be way ahead as this isn't one of those games that we can get on our 365 site. So I won't be ruining anything for anybody. Maybe somebody will, but it won't be me. So I hope we can get you and keep you here for a while, Troy. But I know you got a lot of work to do. But it is great to have you, my friend. Troy Torrance moving on. Purdue plus 6.5 and his SGP. Was that plus 1247 or plus 1287?
Plus 1274.
Okay.
I do got a half unit straight on Lance Jones. And the way I'm playing it is if Lance Jones hits over 11.5, I'm very confident in that play. It pays for my SGP. So
I feel you.
And I think they're both live. I really believe it.
Troy is making moves. Let's bring on your next guest. What a performance he had on our NFL Pub Hub all season long. And then I had the pleasure of hanging out with him at Pubapalooza. Now I got too liquored up on the Thursday night. And that'll happen. That'll happen. Didn't eat enough, too liquored up. So I didn't get enough time with him. We didn't get the talk about our personal lives. But we got to hang out on screen right beside each other, and I got to hang out with the man, which was a great, great joy. Please welcome star of Midday Money and Midnight Money, our guy, Mr. Sean Higgs. Higgsy, baby!
That could have been the understatement. A little tuned up on a Thursday. That's put it kindly.
Hey, I got to meet Higgs and get a little more personal with him. I feel like I got a real good guy, man. Real good guy.
It was good to like
$100 freaking chat, super chat didn't say anything. He's every bit as great as he looks in chat.
I appreciate it. Thanks. Yeah, no, same to you, Troy. It was good talking to you. I got who else was that? I had a little line time. I got to meet Mike, Spenny, a bunch of Jose, the whole crew. It was good to, you see people in the chats, right? It's just whatever. It's kind of like when I don't know, not like it's like a blind date or something, but it's like you just go and actually like meet people who are real, because you come in, you can say whatever you want, do whatever you want, but then you get to know people and how they actually are and go about things. It's good. I can't wait for next year. Maybe it'll be something sooner. I mean, I'm definitely going to head over there again because I enjoyed their burger, so I'm going to definitely go back over there and see the boss man over there.
The food is so good there. So good.
I'm going to always bring it the food anyway. So
I miss the wings. It's hard to now eat wings anywhere else. I miss the wings very much.
Yeah,
we got Guillermo Zertucci, Top Set J Peasy in the house joining us. Mike is on UConn. He says, lay the number truth teller on Edie over 24.5 points. Take it away for us, Mr. Sean Higgs. Is the under, which you've talked about here in our chat, is that your only action?
That's it. I want to pull the pin on Purdue. I do. I want to take the points, as Troy was saying. Like, I think get a little extra there because everybody loves UConn. But I don't know. I mean, they got 4 losses, and I kept saying this coming into the tournament. After I thought maybe Gonzaga or Kansas, maybe they choke against that team with their past in close games. They lost 4 games, 2 of them in overtime. I mean, what can you say bad about it? How are you thinking this team's not going to compete? I know UConn's been great, but we've seen them, they lost to Kansas when Kansas was playing good. Creighton got them when they were hot. I mean, Purdue could hit a 3 themselves. They're not shy from firing threes. They could get hot. And then with the big guy. I mean, you got 2 big guys going. And I said this last game because I said if they're going to call fouls, NC State's in trouble, right? So if they're going to see him right here, I know UConn's deeper, a lot better, but if we're going to party this guy to the line the whole game, how don't you have a shot? I mean, Klingon, I call him Klingon. He's a monster too, but he's just so unstoppable with that little, I don't even know what it is, that little inside hook kind of hook thing he's got, like Korea. Yeah. It's like not even a full hook, but how do you stop that? I mean, okay, is he going to go for 40 tonight? I don't know. I think this is low scoring. I think it's somebody's like 71-67, like a close game, something like that. I don't see a bunch of points. Someone said like first team to 60 wins. I don't think it'll be that low. But
and you know what, Higgsy, those 2 teams you mentioned, Creighton and Kansas, there's a common ground, common denominator with those 2 teams, and that's their big men, Dickinson and what's his name? Cole Brenner.
It's I was saying when they were playing who did they beat? Alabama and Gonzaga. They beat Gonzaga twice, Tennessee twice, Illinois twice. They had beaten like 8 teams in the Sweet 16, Tennessee. Or Purdue. And even me, I kind of like was not high on them all year. I'm like, I was more, give me UConn. I thought NC could make a run. I was like high on Arizona because they got some NBA type guys. And Purdue was always like a peripheral kind of team. But all they do is win games.
I have Purdue in my brackets and Purdue in my contests. The problem was I took a shot. It sounds so stupid now, but I took a shot with Auburn knocking out UConn.
I had Auburn in my bracket. I had Auburn, Arizona, and Creighton and Houston. So you can see how my bracket worked out well.
Yeah, it was the same with me. So I have even if Purdue wins, I don't get a cent in any of these contests. That's how poorly I handled everything. Harold Williams on UConn -3.5 first half, leaning UConn full game. All right, I've got to do some more copying and pasting here, but I would like to hear from you, Troy. What kept you off of the total?
I mean, my problem with totals in NCAA basketball, especially tournament time, it's not NCAA basketball, it's tournament time specifically. The home road dichotomy, I feel like all the numbers I depend on so much, there's just nothing there for me to gauge and to really draw like cross references to. So I just don't feel comfortable betting them. And maybe down the road when I do get to build an NCAA database for football and basketball, then maybe I could dabble more. But until then, I just can't be involved in total. It's under. It's clearly an under. Like there's no way I'm betting over in this game. That's how I feel.
Well, we have Saturated in the house who says, do I get a championship belt? Saturated will be our first ever NCAA basketball confidence pool champion, and it couldn't go to a better guy. We love you, Saturated. Such a great friend of the channel, and you are a great friend of the sport of basketball. I know it's your sport, and you handle it so exceptionally well. Okay, we got guests coming up here shortly. I'm copying and pasting action. We got Ronnie Lofton on Purdue first half +4 and full game under 146. Gerald Jones on the under and UConn future at just before the tournament started at +460. That's nice. Dabby Cab on Purdue first half +4. Braden Smith over 1.5 threes at +150. I took a long look at all three of the perimeter Purdue players, and I tried to get on them in the player prop market, and I just couldn't get there. They're all at 1.5. I wish I could add all three of them to my SGP over a half.
I just say for threes, right? Yeah, go over 1.5. Take a shot.
It just didn't feel. What I would like to do moving forward is not have player props in my SGPs. I just don't want to be tied to a single player. Now here, I truly believe that my best bet on the board. Now I came close to the 146.5 and I can't explain why. I was just so caught up in fading Tortorella all weekend and just I swear, I've never felt better about a win in the last few years. I'd say last 3 years than fading Tortorella. First on Friday night and then again with Columbus on Saturday night. I think it's the best I've ever felt.
Was that a goalie?
Sorry?
Is that a goalie?
No, Tortorella is the coach of the Philadelphia Flyers. He's a coach that I don't like, and he's a coach who plays mind games with these players. He antiquated old system, hasn't worked since 2004, and I've learned to quickly just despise him.
And that game went off on Saturday, huh?
The first game was on Friday. I faded him, and then I faded him on Saturday against one of the worst. They were playing one of the worst teams in the league that were down 8 players due to injury, had an illness through the dressing room, and were missing their top 2 goaltenders. And I still faded, and we won. My team was up 6-1. They won 6-2.
That's awesome. And you don't bet Saturdays, so when you're moving on something on Saturday, like it's got to be something heavy.
It was probably the best feeling. I don't remember feeling so good. Like I was literally like I was just like I was the happiest guy I've ever been. But I missed out on the under. So here I do think that Klingon has to worry about the most dominant player in college basketball. And his points are not important here. His points are not important. Just him defending Edey and staying out of foul trouble. I mean, putting all this energy into it is the most important thing. A Nasty Nate, our friend Nasty Nate says, are there dresses in said room? And I will not be bullied. I will not be bullied. In the NHL, their dressing rooms. You guys worked. It worked. When you guys bullied me 6 years ago, I stopped saying it for a year, and then I dug deep. And I will say dressing room when we talk hockey for the rest of my life, regardless of the barbs that I take. And I
truth teller. I struggled with deciding between first half Purdue and full game Purdue, but I can't say full game is better than first half from what I can see.
I'd say first half because if UConn's going to pull away, it's going to be the second half. It'll be close, and then maybe that's where they make their move and win by 10.
Yeah, the wheels fall off, the wagon starts shaking a little bit. It's about to come off the rails. It starts to feel like that for UConn quite often. So,
well, we just saw that, and we just saw that against Alabama. I mean, it just happened. But also that sort of thing makes me nervous when you see something that just happens, and then you sort of think, well, it's likely to happen here again.
But it's happened. You know what though, Jimmy? Let's look at UConn all season. It happens in all their games. So you can't look at it just because it was the Final Four. That's how they have 35 wins, because that's how they play basketball.
The problem here with me making an individual bet on Purdue is that there are no holes in UConn. And when it comes down to it, I fear the UConn guards more than I fear the Purdue guards. And I believe that the UConn guards are more than capable of defending the perimeter at an extremely high level. So when it came down to it, I was like, do I really need to, put out a full unit bet on the side here with Purdue? I don't know.
Yeah.
I just
Reasonable. That makes sense.
now I want to get in on them. I'm cheering for them, but that means nothing. We're just talking about money, cash talks, money talks. That's all we care about. Yes. What are the actions? Thank you. Let's go over the line history, and I meant to drop that for you guys here. So let's hammer this right now. Make sure that this pops up, and it's not popping up. I don't know what. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we're going to use Pinnacle line history. Connecticut right now is -7 at -107. They opened up at -6 at -112, moved to 6.5, and then got to 7. Today at 4:14 p.m., the -7 was even money. Then at 8 p.m., this -7 was -116. Since then, there's been a 9 cents of buyback. There was 11 cents. This was at 7 at 8:39 p.m. Purdue was -107. Connecticut was -105. That's flipped. So we've had a 1-point move to Connecticut, and they're slightly juiced. From a total standpoint here, let's get into that right now. And we'll get into the cash flow. From a total standpoint here, we've watched this drop and drop and drop. And Pinnacle's been leading the way of this drop. So this opens up at 146.5 on Saturday, just before midnight. Within 30 minutes, it was down to 145.5. The real interesting thing to me was that at 3 a.m, it popped back up to 146.5, which is such a surprise. And it stayed there for almost 12 hours. Then the journey down low, 145.5 to 145 to 144.5. And it's been 143 at Pinnacle for a long time, while no other books have it at 143 offshore. They all have it at 143. Oh, no, I take that back. Heritage is now there. So they're the only one. All the other books are 143.5, and Bookmaker at 144. Then the cash flow here. I thought I had it up. I'm sure I have it up. I guess I don't. Here, let me just pull it up quickly. I had it up. I got everything off my computer so it would work quickly. From a cash flow perspective, we have, and this has changed a lot. So this also made me uncomfortable. We've been talking about, when are the sharps being trapped, and it's a lot of conjecture, and still I've got a lot of stuff to figure out within it. Because I remember when Pete came back from the Spanky conference that you were at, Sean, Pete was talking all about how they were all talking about the books trying to trap sharps and trying to trap pros and what they were doing. And that kind of threw me for a loop. I'm still trying to kind of figure that out, figure what that exactly means.
Well, see, I don't think they do that. I mean, they're not looking to lay traps. They're waiting for the guys to come in, and then they kind of move off of who they think are the sharps, right? Isn't that their plan? What they do? Like,
I've always
they come up with
so.
a number, and then they get some early bets, and then they say, okay, we respect this, we don't respect it. It's not just some big fan of a team coming with a duffel bag of 20 grand to bet on a game. It's somebody they respect. Like, all right. But the key is, though, what is real and what is the head fake, right? Like that's where you have to be as like an early bettor, whether you're betting overnight baseball lines or hockey lines or a week ahead on look at lines for NFL football. You got to be confident in what you think the number should be. Like, I'm betting a game. It's not because I'm trying to, I'm going to trick them here. No, I put my hands on the table. Here we go. I'm coming at you. This is what I like. But
no, I agree. And I think that's really well put.
I don't think they try to like, oh, we're going to get you. Now, I mean, I look at things and say, okay, that doesn't look right, right? We've all looked at things and say, oh, that's fishy, or that's that's a trap game. Well, I think they're not as much trap games, or it's a bad spot, right? You think there's bad spots? The Tigers played Friday, a home opener after a doubleheader afternoon game in New York. That's a bad spot for Detroit. They ended up winning, but they didn't cover a run line. So you're going to have bad spots, and people word them however they word them. But I don't think they purposely put something out there. I mean, maybe they do. It's
so
I guess we call them a trap because when you see the Dodgers laying 115, somebody's gonna be like, "Oh my goodness, they're only 115." I'm looking at that like, "Oh, I'm all over the other side. Like, why is it 115?"
Yeah,
like insert any big team. That could be the Yankees. It could be the 49ers, whoever, Chiefs. Anything could lean into that kind of thinking on a point spread or a line or whatever.
I mean, I'm kind of on the other side of that, to be honest. So I've documented over 3,000 plays now between all three of the major sports: MLB, NFL, NBA, and I see it firsthand every day. When I'm making entries, you could see what I consider to be a sharp trap, which would be, in my opinion, I mean, if you look at it on a scatter plot, and I should post this on Twitter because I built this elaborate chart, and you can filter it by odds, but in certain price ranges, they move the line to dissuade sharp action from being on a side. That's my opinion. And it's really only in certain price ranges, and it's different from between sports. It's not very easy to figure out. And it's probably a constantly moving, like this is my first season ever doing it, but I bet you it's a moving target, and they adjust, and they don't keep their format right the same year over year, but it's going to be hard to keep up with. But that's what I'm trying to do. But I 100% believe. I mean, I could bring up a spot right now. Reverse line movement spot.
Yeah.
And today in the Guardians, I hammered a money line money line -1.5, 2.5, 3.5. I laddered the spread because all the money was on the road team, a big road dog, and the line's moving towards the home team.
Why do you want the White Sox? I mean, I took Cleveland run line.
That's the Sharps, right? They're Sharps. They're taking the White Sox. So and they're moving. They're fading the Sharps.
Well, I saw that opening weekend there against the Tigers. I'm like, why the Tiger line's coming down? And it was like a 1-0 game or whatever it was. And I'm high on the Tigers. I got the Tigers over win ticket 84.5 or whatever it is. And I saw that. I'm like, what is going on here? Like I had Oakland opening day for plus 140 because I'm like, why is that line so low? Like I'm all for that sometimes. Although I find myself not just in baseball,
but the way they move the line though, not how they open it or close, like where it's closing. Like if they might
Troy,
move
I'm guilty of
just
like
to say the Sharps would be like, hold on, let a guy that's about to put in a $50,000 bet. I don't know. Like I can't.
I see those, and I get them early. Like I see that. I think it's wrong, and I know if I wait, I'll get a better number. I know that because I'm getting plus 115. I know it's going to be plus 130 or 133, but I'm just so wrapped up. Like, I can't believe it's that number. I got to get it early,
Well, fellas, we've got guests in the wings ready to rock with us, and we will continue this conversation. When I introduced it, and it's a fascinating conversation, which I want to talk more about, it was because at the time, all of the big bets per the Action Network were on Purdue, and the line had moved from 6 to 7. At that point, there was 85% of the cash and 52% of the tickets, 55%, but a little over 50. But all the big bets were on Purdue, and the line was still moving towards UConn. And that just gave me pause. It's come back. So now 48% of tickets and 60% of the cash is on Purdue. And from a total perspective, 42% of tickets and 89% of cash is on the under. I mean,
but Jimmy, when you thought the big percentages like this, it's the last game. Like I don't feel like, oh, it's a public play, it's a dog or a Joe or a pro play. It's a championship game. It's the Final Four. It's a playoff game. Whatever the case would be, there's just a handful of games, and everybody's going to bet them. So it might be skewed to a side. That doesn't mean it's good, bad, or indifferent, whether the line's moving that way or not. I think when it comes down to these times, that's why I'm not a fan of the whole percentage of bets now, because everything in Louisiana is coming in on LSU, but everybody in Ohio State's on the other side. So, I mean, what's the real number? Like they just put someone was on my chat like, oh, well, FanDuel has it at this. I'm like, really? Well, my FanDuel has a totally different number than that. So, you know what I'm saying? Like
that's fucked up.
No, but they're running off of what they have in the tri-state area. And I'm coming off of Louisiana, or I'm using a Ohio State, Ohio app. Like they're just different numbers.
No, I feel you. And especially with college basketball, we know that, big bets come in from, from ex students of the school and all that stuff. And so I don't care about it as much, but I do keep an eye on it. I do keep an eye on it. Maybe I do it too much. You
can't worry about that because you have so much public and fanfare and homerisms and stuff like that.
No, I feel you.
You got to stick with your stuff. And then that's why I tell people, like, if you like something on the lines come out, you're looking at games on Monday for NFL, even though they come out ahead of time. What are you waiting for? Someone to reinforce your idea? Then it moves. If you're betting, you should have some kind of plan and what you think the number should be in any sport. Like you like it for this reason.
Oh, absolutely.
You can't, because everybody's on it. Well, you should have been ahead of it. You should have had the minus 115 instead of now it's 135, or you should have -6 instead of -7.5.
No,
Like, what are you waiting for?
I absolutely agree, and these are fun conversations to have, and we will continue them throughout the evening. But we have cappers in the wings ready to rock. We are 14 minutes away from tip off here for the national championship. Let's bring on your next guest, coming to us from South Jersey, a star of MMA and NBA here, and college basketball, and WNBA and WNCAA. Please welcome our friend Billy Brisbane to the show. Brizzy, what's good, man? How are you?
I'm feeling excited, man. National championship game tonight. And Zach Edey's draft stock could go up or it could go down tonight, I feel like.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point.
I agree. There's a lot
But
on the line.
they have him as a middle rounder, don't they? He's not like a lottery guy.
He's not a lottery guy. No.
But, I mean, Donovan Clingan is supposed to be a top 10 pick.
Hey, Kawhi went 16th. And but I think
I heard this is a bad draft. And again, I'm not into the players, but from what I've seen, this is a horrific draft of terrible players.
I mean,
Terrible players, but they're kind of like Ben Simmons like bus players that won't amount to anything.
Well,
I mean, that's what everybody said last year. And then look at Brandon Pisvitsky. Look what he's doing.
He looks awesome, doesn't he? He hustles. That guy just hustles. But Brizzy, we've got cappers in the wings and cappers in the chat wanting to know action. So Brizzy, my man, I'm all ears. We all are. How are you getting paid?
Yeah, I'm going to fire it off with the first play. We're going with Purdue Mason Gillis, 2+ 3-pointers here at plus 20. He's one of the – I feel like – you got to tell yourself a story in these type of games, and then you have to follow that game script. And I think UConn might put a little ass to the wire in this one. So if Purdue's going to win this game or compete, they're going to have some role players play. And the senior forward, he's been getting a lot of minutes off the bench. He knows his role well. It's to hit 3-point shots and to grab rebounds. He's been shooting the ball well, shooting 47% from the 3-point line, and he's averaging 6.7 points. So he's gone over his 5.5 prop, 11 out of his last 13 games. So I feel like his player prop line is basically the 3-point line. Like if he goes over his player prop, he probably hits 2 threes.
It makes sense to me. There was a bunch of 3 props because they're almost all at 1.5 that were appealing. Gillis over 2 or more threes at plus 120. What else, Brizzy?
Yeah, and then we rolled off with a little same game parlay here. I do have one of these as straight bets as well. Went with Donovan Clingan over 7.5 rebounds. Edey's used to having the size advantage in these recent matchups, but Clingan has the size to compete. This number is very generous at 7.4 rebounds and only 22.3 minutes. UConn's played in a lot of blowouts, but he's gotten 8+ rebounds in 5 out of his last 7 games. And I feel like the market's kind of overreacting towards that Alabama game. That's just a bad matchup. Alabama shoots a lot of 3-point shots, and when you're playing a rebound prop with a center, you want to kind of have the trajectory of the shots go closer towards the rim, kind of like the Warriors theory. But he's been averaging 10.2 rebounds during this span. So I don't mind the under on the player prop for the points. It's just I like the rebounds. He's going to need to rebound the ball in this one and stay out of foul trouble. And then the second leg here was Mason Gillis over 5.5 points. I couldn't play the 3-point prop in the same game parlay. I don't know why. So I just put the player prop in there. And then the last one here, and this one's growing on me as we're getting closer to game time. Cam Spencer over 13.5 points at minus 122. That was the one that closed out the parlay. He's just been involved in a lot of these game scripts for UConn during this tournament run. He's had 9+ field goal attempts in each of the tournament games, including 3 games with 11 shot attempts. So the under 153, Cam Spencer 13.5 points, Mason Gillis over 5.5 points, Clingan 8 rebounds, and it was 1073.
Under 153 at plus 1073 for Billy Brisbane. We'll be keeping an eye on that. So the Gillis over 1.5 threes is a single bet, and then the Clingan, Gillis, Spencer, and under 153 is the 4-game parlay.
Yes, right.
I love it, Brizzy. It's great to see you, my guy. Can't wait to hang out with you all night and get that cash. Let's bring on your next guest. I am rocking his Cash It t-shirt, and he brings
shout out.
He brings fun everywhere he goes, man. I just love hanging out with them on screen, off screen, betting horses or betting basketball. Please welcome our friend, Mr. Razor Sharp Picks. Razor, what's good, man?
Shout out to all the wrenches out there. Look at that. You see my fucking wrenches? Shout out to all the scumbags. Shout out to all the wrenches. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Here for Shot Time. What's going on, fellas? How you doing?
What's up? What's up? What's good, man? That is a good-looking set of wrenches behind you, Razor. A good-looking set of wrenches. Razor, National Championship 2024. How you getting paid, man?
So everybody knows because everybody here tunes in to Medicate Monday. We talked about it on Medicate Monday. It is my $500 Razor's Edge play of the day. And I'm on the under. I got it at 145.5. And this bad boy is dropping. All the money's on the over. The line keeps on dropping. It opened up at 148, 148.5. It dropped to 147, 146, 145, 144. It just keeps on dropping, and the public is hitting the over. Purdue 4-1 their last 5 to the under, 6-4 their last 10. And the same thing for UConn, 9-1 their last 10. And those are totals with 136.5, 137. They're all not 154 totals. They hit the low totals as well. And also when they play the Big Ten, 5-0. Their last 5 against the Big Ten. Edie, big boy, he's the center. But, man, this is going to be his toughest opponent this year. So I don't see them going up and down basket for basket. Purdue's going to slow it down if they want to have any chance in this game. UConn, they're going to try and push the pace, but I don't know if they're going to be able to. So I think they're going to have to slow the pace down as well. I think this game goes way under. I'm on the under 145, 145.5. Even now, I would still hit the under 143. I still like it.
I thought it was interesting that KenPom had this game at 149, and that's what it looked like on KenPom. I feel like college basketball's us betting against KenPom, and then the public said, no, we're still slamming the fucking under. So it's like, I feel like it's a great play.
I don't know if that's the public as much as that's more sharp people coming in on that.
It's clearly the sharp.
Rarely do you see us go against KenPom. I feel like it's like,
the KenPom numbers used to be super duper, but the books, let's be honest,
the books just
9 out of 10, just copy and paste that and put a half either way on something, whether the total's down a half or up a half or the size, whatever it is. Like,
wait, the books copy KenPom?
That's it.
Yeah,
I mean, you have a couple set their own. I got to tell you, like, sometimes I see DK kind of puts up their own numbers, and they're way off. They're always off by like 2 points. Like, you have a DK or FanDuel account, you could beat those KenPom numbers, and even opening NFL lines is ridiculous by them. They're bad by 2 points minimum. So, but that's what happens. They try. They're not good enough to do that. That's why they just take the KenPom numbers.
Let's bring on our next guest. He is a star of all things college. Now, he's a unicorn capper, can handle everything and does so with great success, but also a star of our college breakdowns here on Pub Sports Radio. Please welcome to the show from Canada's black and yellow, Steel Town, Mr. Ian Cameron. Bobano, how are you, my friend?
I'm great. Championship game. How can you not be awesome? What's up, everyone?
It is great to see you. WT says if there is OT, it still may stay under. I tell you, I've been running so that I might be able to last a little longer and stick around and cap with you guys for longer. And whenever I'm running, I make bad decisions for whatever reason. I don't know why that is. And this bad decision was I started thinking about overtime. I was surprised that I was only getting 12-1 on overtime with a 7-point favorite. I mean, I guess that's sort of par for the course, but I was like, that's not.
I don't think that is. Let's take a look.
Take a look, yeah, because I looked at that, and if I think that I'm going to cash everything on my SGP at halftime, if Purdue is up, which would be a shock, obviously, but if Purdue's up a couple points, then I will put a small, maybe 50 or something like that on overtime. Now, if that's the case, I know it will go from 12-1 down to 7.5 or 8-1, but we can deal with that then. Bobano, we're 5 minutes away from tip-off. How are you getting paid, my friend?
You make bad decisions when you're running. I bet my bad decision is I'm not running, if you know what I mean. The pond is getting bigger. But that's
Let me just shout out Steve G, because I love seeing the Quebec Nordiques symbol in the chat. Just everything. The Stastny line is the greatest thing probably in NHL history, and I hope
Quebec-Montreal rivalry didn't get any better back in the day.
I hope we can ship the Coyotes up to Quebec City. Take it away, Bobano. How are you getting paid?
So anyway, Purdue first half +4, -115. Look, to me, when I look at this, I'm not going to overthink it, right? We have seen opponents hang with UConn for one half, and we've seen UConn just ease their way into games, find their footing, and then in the second half they slam the gas pedal and they basically take over the game. That's been the repeated procedure and process and pattern lately with UConn. I could see it more of the same here. And that's probably my approach is going to be a UConn at halftime, probably type of look. But I think Purdue is by far the most formidable foe UConn's played to this point, because I think with San Diego State, their offense is not fluid enough to trust them as the best opponent that UConn's faced. Illinois, for all their great run down the stretch, they're reliant too much on Shannon, in my opinion, and Domask, the transfer out of Southern Illinois. I thought that was an issue. Two players carried them. And then Alabama, 2 3-point reliant. And we saw that in the second half. They weren't shooting 70% from three. And obviously, that's when UConn started to gain control of that game. Here is a Purdue team that can score inside, can score outside, can defend, can rebound, has got a big man in Edey to match Donovan Clingan. So I think for UConn, this is their toughest opponent. +4, I like that in the first half for Purdue to at least be in this game early. But I don't trust it full game. Do you really want to go full game against a team that's 11-0 against the spread under Danny Hurley in the tournament the last 2 years? It's just so difficult. So I like first half Purdue. I'll look for a live look with UConn. As far as props go, I heard Billy Briz saying something about, I'm going to rely on this guy because he came here as a transfer from Loyola, Maryland and Rutgers. And this is a guy that I think you're going to bank on him in a game of this magnitude. Cam Spencer, who's been in college basketball for a very long time. So I'm going to take him over his point total in this game, which is, I believe, let me see here. I think it was 13.5 when I saw that with the point total for Cam Spencer. Let me just double check the number on that. But yeah, I think he's going to have a nice game here offensively. 13.5 -130 for Cam Spencer over points for UConn. And then on the Purdue side, I'm going with Braden Smith. This is buy low because he couldn't shoot straight against Alabama. He had a terrible, terrible shooting night for the Purdue Boilermakers in that game. Is 10.5 his point prop. I'll go with that. Over 10.5 points for Braden Smith, -125. And then a couple of props for the leading point scorer in the basketball game tonight. These are available at most books, I think, have it. The top point scorer in the game. The two guys I mentioned, one for Purdue, one for UConn. Cam Spencer +900 to be the leading point scorer in the game tonight. And yes, Braden Smith for Purdue at +1,800, 18-1 for him to be the leading point scorer. And the great thing about the leading point scorer prop is it's not the MVP prop for the game. So, for instance, let's say UConn wins the title. Braden Smith could still be, the leading point scorer, even if they lose. So you don't have to worry as much with the betting some of the players on the losing team if you're going to look at the leading point scorer. So that's it. We're keeping it pretty light. Purdue first half, those Spencer and Smith point props, and then the little smaller shot on Spencer and Smith to be the leading scorer in the game.
Oh, I like it. I'm so excited about this basketball game. I've missed these live streams with you guys. Let's go over the action from our cappers in the chat. Keep firing it in there, and I will copy and paste.
Jimmy, can we give a shout out to Fat Wally? He just gave a $10 dono.
Oh, what a guy Wally is. I didn't get enough time with him at Pubapalooza, but goddamn, is he just so much fun to hang out with, and what a great
your annual contribution to keeping Ratamas Racetrack alive as well, right? Right? Keep that thing in business. Let's go.
Wally, we love you, man. We love you so much, and thank you for mentioning that, Razor. Wally, we love you, man. Thank you for your support, and to all of you in the chat, thank you.
Yeah, I remember him from the first one, the first Pubapalooza. Great man. Phenomenal. And phenomenal supporter of the channel and everyone here.
Yeah, it's just money in the bank. Speaking of money in the bank, let's go over the cappers action from our chat. There's Ramon Scott in the house as well. Guillermo says, on your Canucks tonight. Well, I can't back them. I don't think but I couldn't back Vegas right now without Pietrangelo and missing pieces, Carrier and Waugh. So I'm off of that. And Guillermo watched them in person, cashed big. We all did on the Kings in that easy 6-3 victory. He got to be there with Esteban and Eli, who's now back with our Navy. What a family he has.
Yeah, living the life. He went to the Santa Anita Derby. He went to the Lakers game, the Kings game,
Yeah.
Dodgers game. God damn.
Yeah, it sounds very nice. That's very nice. So Tone Miggins. So let me know when we have tip off too, by the way. And we have a guest in the wings ready to rock with us. Tone Miggins, fast cash play today. UConn first half -2.5, -141. That's a unit and a half play for him. Ron Lofton on Purdue first half +4 and full game under 146. Great stuff, Ronnie. Gerald Jones on the under and UConn future at +460 pre-tournament. Dabby Cab on Purdue first half +4 and Braden Smith over 1.5 threes at +150. Justin McKelvey on Purdue +7 and Purdue money line for Justin. Nasty Nate on UConn and the under. Tori Coker, Purdue money line, dropping 300 on Purdue money line. Wine Time Sports has the +7 at -108. Truth Teller has Edie over 24.5 points. Harold Williams, our guy Harold, UConn -3.5 first half. Jay Peasy got the under 145.5 early this morning. Truth Teller also on Purdue +4 first half for 2 units. Dana Delp on Lawyer over 1.5 threes at +105 and Braden Smith over 1.5 threes at +150. Dana Delp, I looked at those two props for hours today and just didn't quite get there. Chrissy Hink Davis coming to us from Costa Rica is on Purdue +6.5. So is the Quincy over there in Costa Rica. Vaughn Polo also on Purdue money line. Nate Dogg liking Purdue money line. Fat Wally has got a unit on UConn -7, a half unit -8.5 +115, a half unit on UConn over 35.5 first half for a unit, and he's got the over 75.5. And the exact score: UConn 76, Purdue 66. And that is 130-1. That's 130-1 there. UConn, Kentucky here. Oh, sorry. I love it. I love it. So Zane Cole on Purdue first half +4.5 -125, and Dustin and Jamie H. UConn by 1 to 5 at +316. UConn from by 6 to 10 +320. Exciting. Tone Miggins also has UConn first half to win by 7 to 9 at 8.5 to 1, 13 to 15 by 10 to 1, 16 or more. Whoa, at 80 to 1. He's got a quarter units on all of those. And Ilya Katz, thank you. Thank you for a $5 donut. Thank you for supporting our channel. Thank you to all of you guys for being here and supporting our live stream. It gives us the opportunity to do more of them. Have we got tip-off yet?
Yes, we do. It's 3-2 UConn, about almost a minute and a half into the game. And you already saw the first shot of the game, Edie, with the baby hook that went short. Klingen's defense and the length that he provides influenced that shot. So that's going to be a great matchup to watch all night, how Edie deals with Klingen in the one-on-one in the paint.
Has there been a more exciting matchup in college basketball, and how I couldn't tell you the last time there was something this quite exciting, because they'll be meeting each other again in the big leagues.
Yeah.
Or the show, or what should I call it? Oh, it's just NBA.
Got an and one here for Purdue, it looks like. Yep.
All right, let's get this up here. Getting up my stream. We have our next guest ready to rock with us and hear his action. The game right now, we have a 5-3 Purdue lead. The live total is at 143.5, juice to the over. The spread still at 6.5. Very little has changed as we're 2 minutes in. Please welcome star of Nerd Talk on the Picks from Dave YouTube channel and a star of our college basketball all season long on Pub Sports Radio. Please welcome Mr. Dave Rogers to the show. Dave, how are you, my friend?
Hello, I'm great. How's everyone doing?
Dave.
Good to be here.
Dave.
Dave, you good?
I'm on fucking.
How you doing, Dave?
Good. Good.
Dave,
right.
action. What is your action, my friend?
I have one bet. I'm on UConn. I laid the points. I heard Bobano say, I mean, the biggest thing is 11 games they've played, straight up 11 wins and 11 ATS. If you want to be the guy that's, they're due to lose, you want to be one of those guys, go be them. This would be the team where they'd be due to go do it, right? But I think one of the biggest there's two things. One is, I'll try to make it quick because everyone's talked about it probably. If there's ever someone Edie can't be stopped, but if he's going to be slowed down, it's going to be by Klingon, right? And actually, there's a lot of NBA experts that say he's a better NBA prospect. He's more versatile on defense. He's quicker from a baseline to arc, and Edie is not. So if anyone can guard him, it's going to be. We're going to see if Edie's Superman tonight. The other thing is the three guys that shoot over 44% from the arc, Purdue. Well, guess what? UConn either shut you down like they did everyone else, or they'd let you shoot it like Alabama, 47%, and they still won the fucking game by 14 points. Just too good of a team. I laid the points. If anyone's going to beat them, it's going to be Purdue, but it's a good game. on UConn.
I liked the breakdown. We have 17 minutes and 15 seconds left, and you can now get in on that total at 146.5, juice to the over. Are you a little surprised at how
Cam
fast?
Spencer has 5 of the 7 UConn points so far. I love it. Keep it
He's
going.
hooping, the Bano. He's hooping.
Yeah.
Wow.
And remember, I sprinkled plus 900 on him to lead the game in scoring. So
I had
this
to tell
going.
you on that, bro. When you said that, I was like, I'd be fucking sick if you cashed that and I had no money on it.
All right, I got a question. Why there's always something going on, and usually I get it, but I don't get this one. Does your background have any meaning, Razor?
With the wrenches? Yeah.
This?
Yeah.
I'm just a handy fucking Dan. What do you mean? I'm no scumbag, just a handyman.
Oh, I don't know.
Stupid. Why are you so
No, I'm being
stupid,
honest.
Dan?
I don't get it if it's a joke. I mean, I could be part of the joke. I mean, I don't know, but I'm just asking.
Mind your business, Dave. How about that? How about that? No, I'm joking, Dave. No, it's a valid question. Why are there wrenches all over Razor's background? 7-7 right now. It is 7-7 now. 9-7 UConn. This total live is being very close to getting up to 148 and 149, but it's not there yet. I've got 146.5 and minus 130. I've seen it go up to minus 150. Is anybody? Oh, 149.5.
Oh,
Is that the number we're looking for? Are we going to get a 150?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of
150.
points for first 4 minutes. 9-9, 4 minutes in. 149.5 the total right now.
I still see 148 at FanDuel. Oh,
Wally Fat Wally says Ranger Coach is a dodgeball team. If you could dodge a wrench, you could dodge a ball. Anybody? Nobody gets that line? Oh my
This
goodness.
happened with the
Where am I?
Purdue Tennessee game.
Okay, I'm in.
A lot of scoring.
My first $100 shot of the day, under 149.5 at minus 105. Low vig. I mean, I was looking for that number. I said we talked about it off the top.
Yeah, I like that.
My first live bet is in under 149.5 at minus 105. Now let's see some deep bet. Oh, I'm sorry. I promised that I would keep it down. Sorry. Okay.
Oh, you traveled. Oh my goodness, UConn could have easily had a basket there, and then they passed it, and then someone traveled. So
we still got another guest from La Villa.
Oh shit! Sorry, I did not see him. He does not look pleased either. Sorry, I did not. He's nonplussed. Sorry, I did not see him back there. I was down low because I was waiting for Dave to come up. Please welcome from Las Vegas, Nevada, another star of our college basketball programming here on Pub Sports Radio. Please welcome Miggity Mac Daddy in the house. C-Mac, how are you?
Just leaving me on ice. Goddamn. Early scoring. I'm not happy. I'm on the under. But a lot of you guys, so.
yeah, but this happened with Purdue Tennessee. It'll calm down.
We're back down to 146.5. So everything's working out okay. What else did you have? And I apologize, C-Mac. I didn't see you back there, man. I would never leave you back there.
No, it's all good.
What else did you have other than that 149.5?
No, under 146.
Under the under. Sorry. What else did you have other than the under?
I just have 2 props. Small bets, both $100. Newton over 2.5 threes plus 150, and Smith over 1.5 threes plus 150.
Newton over 1.5 at plus 150. And
Does
sorry, was
anybody-
that Smith?
Smith.
Right? Okay,
Yeah.
over 1.5 threes at plus 150, locked and loaded. And then the big bet is the under 146.5 for C-Mac in business. All right, I love it. So we are now 4 minutes and 56 seconds into this game. The spread is exactly where it started. The total has creeped up 3 points. It's back where it opened at 146.5. 11-9 Connecticut. Bobano, talk to us about what you've seen thus far and talk about the Edey-Klingon matchup.
Well, it's Klingon so far advantage. I mean, he's been good defensively. Edey's been short arming hook shots, missing with a wild miss the last time he went against Klingon defensively at the other end. And right now, the pace is to UConn's liking. UConn would rather, I think, push in this game as opposed to Purdue. And they've been able to get transition looks. That's one thing I've noticed here. UConn, every time there's a missed shot for Purdue, they're pushing the ball in transition. So that's something to note here, especially if you're betting the total, because certainly that's good for overs when you want the teams running. But again, I caution people with this high-scoring start. Purdue and Tennessee, I remember the score was like 12-11 about 5 minutes into the game. And it was definitely an overpace in the first 5 minutes, and then definitely it slowed down dramatically after that in that Vols and Boilermakers game. So, there probably is still going to be an opening at some point for live under. And right now that total's at 146.5. And we already did see like the last 30 seconds or so before the TV timeout. We got a couple of defensive stands, a couple of turnovers. So right now, 11-9, 5 minute mark, 146.5 the total.
Yeah, and Spencer, as you said, a 3 for 3 to start the game,
So-
sitting on
Yes.
7 points.
I got a non-college hoops thing. So I was cheering here. I did 2 live bets, and I thought I took 2 overs, over a 19.5 in the Reds game, and an over 12.5 in the what was that other Pirates game? I think. Hold on. I'm sorry.
That's
Pirates. It was the Pirates 12.5, and it was juiced. I don't even want to say what I juiced it. It was juiced to. It's the total amateur mode, but this is what happens when I jump on this show. So I blame Jimmy for any live bet that I lose.
Sure.
So I'm thinking I just pissed away like a nickel and a half, right? And then I'm waiting for a refresh, and I got to win because they were on the unders instead of the overs. And I did the same thing with the Final Four. I had Purdue in the under, and the way it's a crazy offshore PPH. So the totals are like backwards, like, so I'm used to them on one side, and I caught a loss the other day. Now I just got 2 wins because I don't confirm. I look at them like, oh, that's whatever, but they're backwards but they are on regular sites, freaking PPHs. Anyway, I was sitting here. I'm like stewing. Like, why did I do that? I'm such a moron. Why would I lay 194? That's what I did. Okay, and I don't like laying 140 in MLB. I just laid a 194 on some craziness, and I caught a lucky win.
There you go, Newton 3.
Oh
there you
man.
go.
Anyway,
That-
that's sorry. So I know everybody's pumped up about in game in this college basketball. I'm looking at ridiculous MLB right now.
I'm looking at Home Depot. They got a sale on wrenches right now. Buy one, get one free.
I was at Home Depot today. I brought a pallet and a half. There's like, I don't even know how many were. 24 huge pieces of plywood, 1-inch thick plywood. I'm ready for the craziness after the apocalypse comes. I've got to board up my windows.
There we go. Finally, Edie. Do not go in there. If I'm sure Ian Eagle is saying that right now. I can't hear him, but
I want the.
Now Nick Earl's a Met fan all of a sudden. Now the Earls are back on the. Now they're back on the Mets out of the blue here.
And Silent Rob asking what CMAC is on. CMAC is on the under 146.5. Newton over 1.5 threes already has 1, and Smith over 1.5 threes as well.
No, Newton's 2.5. Jimmy, plus 150.
Oh shit! Okay,
Smith's 1.5.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh, Edie starting to heat
yeah,
up.
Newton hit a 3 just a minute ago. Yep. Edie doubled. Yep. See, they're sending double at him. Miss. Oh, he got the friendly roll, the iron kind there.
We are back.
8 points now for him.
The total creeped up to 149.5 after the Spencer 3. It's right back to 146.5. The 6.5 spread is not moved. The big question will be, can Klingon defend without fouling? And he's sure being able to do that thus far.
I think the biggest question is the biggest thing I see right now is the fucking guard play of UConn. It's 10 times better than Purdue right now. It's been like Purdue's Achilles heel like the last 3 years has been their guard play, and their guards are going to have to do a lot better job because these boys on UConn can get to the basket. They got 5-star recruits.
Yeah, I mean that was the reason why I couldn't.
Wow,
individually
he
bet.
definitely finally gets a really advantage on Klingen there. Beautiful power move, draws an and one. Count it in the foul.
Live total back to 149.5.
Backs him down. Oh, beautiful move. Inside out move. Goes to his left hand for the finish. Edie's starting to cook now, heating up a little bit.
To be honest with you, I don't get why they don't throw in I forget the kid's name, but they need to double that. I'm not complaining. I got Edie on my daily fantasy team, but they need to you can't just leave Donovan Klingen down there alone. I know he's a top 10 pick, but he's a top 10 pick to play power forward, not center.
Whew, these points are coming fast and furious.
The defense there under the basket, none to be had for Purdue there. It's a breakdown big time. 18-16 UConn, just under 12 left in the half.
God damn, how are you ahead of me? I'm on cable. You're like a basket ahead of me. It's crazy.
Am I ahead? I don't know.
Yeah, you know what's funny is you and Jimmy at different times for whatever reason, whatever you're watching on up there is ahead of cable on the West Coast. It's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know how it works. How can something that's not originating in this country be ahead of people seeing it where the actual event is taking place, the country where it is being held?
It's all good.
Not even that. This is in Phoenix, Arizona.
I'm in the state. I'm in the fucking state. It's and my TV is behind. Yeah.
Bangladesh delay. Yep.
Yeah.
I just watch it on a sports book. It's faster than anything anyway. I know.
Yeah.
How do they get those feeds? How does that work? They're all
shooting foul. Even the shooting foul. Is he at the free throw line? Please tell me he's at the free throw line. What's the call on that?
Whew, this is going to be fun.
Is that just on the floor or is that like a shooting foul?
Oh, Hurley's tee him up, man.
It only took a first half of the first half for Hurley to go psycho.
Yeah.
I got a panel question for you guys, though. How are you guys feeling about Calipari taking his bags and going down the
I was waiting for you to bring that, Billy, because I told you that he's a crap coach, and you were like, the guy could recruit. He's good. I'm like, he's terrible.
Yeah.
He can't coach. He's a terrible coach. He can recruit. He can't coach a lick. Go to Arkansas? He's going to Arkansas. Kentucky.
Well, the thing is, they're replacing a coach in Musselman that actually won tournament games that took the team to the second weekend.
Yeah, he's done
4 1 year.
Done better the last 2 years than Calipari has.
Or Elite Eight. Yeah.
The coaching carousel is so funny. Of like the SMU coach goes to USC, the USC coach goes to SMU. Then you got.
Are they going to get Scott Drew? Is that who they're going to get? End up getting Scott Drew?
I believe
he's on the consideration list for sure. Drew,
yeah, but you got to think about it. Calipari, he only he only coaches freshmen. He coaches them 1 year and then they leave.
Yeah. Well, that's what you always said. It's all about going to the NBA for him. Well, that's fine, but I don't think the school kind of wants to win a little bit. I mean, it's nice that they get upset in the first round. It's a good story for the other team they play, but it's not good for their brand.
School rival though, that's like the biggest fuck you guys. Not only am I leaving, I'm going to the school rival.
Is that really a rival for them, Arkansas, or do you think Louisville would be the rival?
I mean, it's more of a football rivalry than a basketball rivalry.
Donovan. They hasn't coached
Billy
in 10
Donovan
years. Billy Donovan
actually being rumored to be in the mix as well. Yep.
They were like, oh, they're going to go after Hurley. Hurley could tell UConn, give me X amount of dollars. And why would you want to leave? UConn's a better place right now than Kentucky anyway.
Kentucky's
he's an hour and 5 minutes from his house in Jersey, from his family, growing up there.
Some people said Jay Wright, but Jay Wright's loving his TV thing that he's got going on right now.
I think that's a good job.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a horrible job.
Well, I mean, it's good because it's Kentucky and it's a basketball school and all this nonsense, but you got to follow Calipari, who was bringing in 4 NBA picks a year and 2 lottery picks are riding on your bench. How are you following that up? I mean, I guess it wouldn't be hard to do, but would it be that hard to do if you bring in one NBA guy and a bunch of good players and then you're in the Sweet 16 every year? Like, would that be better for the program than one and dones?
His failure to adjust against Oakland was shocking. John Calipari.
He can't coach.
Like, do you not understand? Golke was killing you in that game. You're not going to double him at any point. Not at all.
I mean, but Trey Townsend came off that crazy Horizon League championship game. He had 30 points, 20 rebounds. It was like, who are you going to focus on?
Our guy Ilya Katz, thank you. $5 dono from our friend Ilya, says Kentucky basketball facilities are really dog shit for such a big program.
Heading to go to UK. I think he doesn't want that headache.
I think Jay Wright likes being on television.
It's like I don't see how these older coaches want to even get involved with the NIL and the transfer portal. I think that's why Saban left. I'm sure Izzo's going to roll out of here. Like a lot of these older guys are going to be like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get out of here. You're going to cry. You don't play. You're going to go somewhere. Oh, you either pay me more. I'm leaving. Well, take a hike, fella. Goodbye. You know?
Yeah, you'll be like Bill Self and pay Hunter Dickerson fucking $2.7 million, and look where that got him.
But these dinosaurs should change with the times.
Yeah, but they're not changing with the times. They've been
dinosaurs are freaking out over NIL. They can't handle it.
They can't handle it.
I think
but
that's
it's
a part of Saban retiring, quite honestly.
It's the same thing I despise about Tortorella not being able to change with the times, still thinking that he needs to break down his players and then build them up in his own image like he's running a cult. And that's, Tortorella.
I don't think they'll pay for Bruce Pearl. I heard that Bruce Pearl. They won't pay for him.
Bruce is getting paid a bag at Auburn.
And really to go there, I mean, he would. The guy's been in Tennessee's Auburn. He don't care. He's an SEC for lifer. And what's he do? He just hangs out for 5 years, takes a team to a Elite Eight or something, and he moves on. I mean, I don't know. Coaching's a tough gig now, man. Especially like football, you see these kids, bowl games. I'm going to sit out. I'm going to play. I'm going to go to transfer. If you go to the transfer portal, you should be gone. Pack your bags, drop off your dorm key. Goodbye.
I feel like in college basketball, they're kind of promoting it because if you go to the transfer portal, you're still draft eligible. So it's like, even if you have any shot of getting drafted, you should probably go to the transfer portal.
I see they shut down the G League there, whatever, the Ignite or whatever. Because
the NIL deals are too lucrative.
Yeah, why bought? Yeah, it makes no sense to have it.
Where's Bronny getting drafted?
He's not.
I think he's going to stay in college.
Yeah, he better. He's terrible.
Did you hear that Mike M said this morning?
What did Mikey say?
He said some bullshit about Toronto Raptors are going to draft him in like the 6th round, and then they're going to pick up LeBron James, and then they're going to trade the team from Toronto and take it to Vegas where LeBron just purchased some land or something. Who fucking knows? I don't know.
This is the same guy that said that Bill Belichick would be fired on the tarmac 4 weeks into the season. He had the whole AFC East. Just give me a break. I did say this, and Billy, I think it was you. I said Bronny wasn't ready for the NBA. I don't care about what he wants to play with him. He's not good enough to be in the NBA right now.
It's not even that he's not good enough. The dude just had a fucking heart attack where he almost just died.
Well, either way.
Well, that's what happens when you do steroids and, and you're a child. So you're going to have a heart attack.
When your dad fucking feeds you anabolic steroids.
Yeah. And you're still way above 50.
Ohio State or Duke.
I think that he goes in the draft, goes undrafted, signs with the Lakers.
I'm old enough to remember November.
And has a horrible
when
NBA
the Lakers
career.
were struggling, and LeBron said that he could play in the NBA and get started on this team. That's what LeBron said in November about his son on this team.
Why go to NBA if you get paid in college? You get paid in college. I mean, he has the highest NIL deal this year. So
he should stay in college all 4 years. Maybe he'll be a 2nd-round pick. But the problem is he wants to play with his dad.
But the Norm Powell. Isn't he the best example? He plays 4 years, has a good career, goes into the NBA when he's capable of being a man.
There we go. Play some defense.
Live total down to 147.5, spread down to 4.5. We are tied at 21 with 8.5 minutes left.
Well, I feel like that's the common rumor of why this draft class is so bad because they're all like 3-4 year players that are in the first round besides like the first 15 picks.
Stay in school, guys. Learn how to hit a jump shot.
Let's go.
I mean, if Bronny didn't have, if he was just a normal guy, we wouldn't even be talking about him going to the NBA.
No.
We wouldn't even come in our minds. He'd be
No,
nothing.
he was a top 10. He was a top 10
Oh, give me a break.
player in
Billy.
his class.
Yeah,
He was
it's because of his father. Come on.
That's
Not-
I mean,
He went
yeah.
to Sierra Canyon. Sierra Canyon's probably the hardest school to play at in California.
He's not big like his dad. He's like 6'3". He's not imposing. He's not extra quick. He doesn't shoot better than everyone else. He doesn't do any. I mean, he's just a.
Well,
he's
yeah,
just
I mean, the youngest one's the best one. Bryce, he's like 6'6", 6'7".
it's the narrative of, hey, I want to play with my son. I want to be Ken Griffey and Ken Griffey Jr. That's the whole narrative. That's what they want to be.
Yeah, but the problem is that, LeBron is Ken Griffey Jr. and his son's.
It's the other way around, and his son's not even Ken Griffey.
No, his
I'm telling you what,
son's
Edie's starting
Gary
to work
Ward.
over Klingon now. Like this is a matchup is he's getting the better of it the last few minutes. 23-21 Purdue.
Yeah. Total to a juiced 147, a juice to the under 147.5. We'll be keeping a very close eye on that, of course, as we are keeping a very close eye on Klingon's points.
He's super athletic. What does that mean, Clark? He's super athletic. So that's great. He could run and jump. That's isn't that anybody in college?
I think he has really good basketball IQ. Like he isn't like a guy that's going to put up 20 points.
And listen, as much as we're killing the poor kid, he did have a heart attack. So
Zane said he
we
died in
gotta-
practice.
Yes, yeah, all right. You know what? So I get it. He had a heart
He
attack.
needs to stay home.
I'm going to give
Yeah.
him a little bit of a pass for a terrible year.
That's
I
fine.
But I won't
agree.
But I won't give the rest of the team a pass.
No, it was that was one of the most stacked rosters SC's had in a long time, and they shit the bed.
They were
Isaiah
horrible.
Collier didn't look that bad at all, though.
No, but he's a lottery pick.
But he
So,
didn't
I mean,
look that good.
No,
He
he
didn't-
didn't. No.
I mean, look at Cody Williams. Cody Williams was coming off the bench for Colorado. He's supposed to be a top 10 pick.
It was a horrible year.
It was laugh out loud funny. I enjoyed it.
All right, it's under 7 TV timeout, tied at 23.
We had exactly what we needed over those 4 minutes. A live total down to 145.5.
Yep.
It was exactly what we were looking for.
Yeah, it's slowing down. You knew it would a little bit.
Things off.
Thank God that was a travel.
Shout out to our guy
Cats is
Ilya
coming in
Katz.
again with a donut. Triple.
$5 donut.
Triple
What
header
a
donut.
guy. Giving us the love. Thank you, Ilya Katz. Says, the only pros kid I can't wait to see in the pros is Tiger Woods' son in golf.
Facts.
That's a good point.
Charlie looks like he's already pretty damn good. Yeah.
Thank you for the kind words, Jim
Yeah.
W. Putt,
It's
my
tough, though.
guy.
Man, Cats is giving as many donos as wrenches I have behind me.
You do have many wrenches.
The
Just a
wrenches.
world of
Wrench.
wrenches.
See, this is a thing too. I just like that commercial. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Look at all those wrenches.
Still don't understand, but
His
He's a
wrench is
handyman.
back.
He's home of the handyman.
Dave.
Home
Shout out
of
to all the scumbags out there.
Marty Riggs in the house. What up, Marty?
Oh, Martin Riggs is in the house. Nice.
Yeah, man. I love Marty. We got a lot
Marty
of our
Riggs.
friends and colleagues on Purdue first half. We are 6:49 away from payday. Why don't we take a look at the old SGP? They're offering me slight profit.
Ramon says, thanks for the shout out.
Oh man.
Razor, thank you for calling me a scumbag. Appreciate it. Snap on man myself, he says.
I gotta cut this, man.
I love we got all the movie guys in here. We got Martin Riggs, Silent Bob. I love it.
Oh man, this is fun, dude. We've missed this. Thank you guys all for joining us. We have a very tight basketball game, 23-23. We're going to be moving live as we go. I moved on the under 149.5. Now the live total is at 145.5. We got a full account ready to fire. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Fat Wally, Von Polo, Trisha, Saturated, our first ever confidence pool, NCAA college confidence pool champion in the house. Lucky Power, Truth Teller, Von Polo, Silent Rob, Ramon Scott, T. Gray, Clark Townsend, Marty Riggs, Swiggy, Top Set, Ilya Katz, Brian Smith, Jim W. Putt. We got Jim W. Putt in the house. Dirty Reg, Josh Gillum. Dirty Reg, I believe is dirty, and not like a cleanliness dirty. I believe that. When someone has a name they put dirty in front of you, like I'm not sure, but Dirty Reg. No, I buy it. I buy it from my friend Reg.
He's a little shisty.
I had my best friend growing up, Dirty Hogan. I'm telling you, Dirty Hogan was just grimy. In school, he was so skinny that he could put his arm up the Coke machine and pull in the candy machine and pull it out for us. Dirty Hogan, that guy. Ooh.
See, I was so fat I just pushed it over and broke the glass.
Hey, both
Hulk
work.
smash.
Both work.
I just rock it back and forth. Get as fatty as Twinkies.
Now Dirty's for the Dirty South. Okay. Dirty Reg. I love Dirty Reg. We do have a 26-23 lead for Connecticut. Dirty Reg, this one's for you, my man.
I don't like Twinkies. I like Chocodiles.
Chocodiles, did you say?
Chocodiles. You ever had Chocodiles?
No. Yeah, I know what they are. I've never had one.
They're just chocolate-covered Twinkies.
Yeah.
We got
They're
Joseph Alvarado in the house, too. Says, Joe from Chicago loves Pub Sports Radio worldwide from the South Side in the house. I love the Dirty South, though, Dirty Reg. You're lucky to live there, man. All right, Klingon has scored, which I don't like. So that's what, points 4 and 5?
Cheers to everybody.
I think he's only got. Oh, yeah, no, you're right. That is 5.
5? Okay. I couldn't keep it up on my box score here.
Kind of.
Gentlemen, I'm going to have to run. I'm doing my little show, but I want to get something to eat before somebody's in there talking about cannolis. He's making me hungry. Thanks.
Sure,
Aaron.
I get it. And it's not a little show. It's a great, great show that we all love. So can you tell us a little bit about the show? And anybody who wants to go over there,
I'm going to be.
With them, we support totally.
I scheduled it for around halftime, so I know you guys will be live betting the game here, but I'm going to talk about the game a little bit there, but I'm going to run down all the MLB for tomorrow. Tell you what I like, and then
Danny Hurley wanted offensive interference there on that Edie basket, didn't get it, and he's like doing all these gyrations. He's great.
Out of everyone in the Hurley family, I gotta say, man, he's got to be the weirdest one.
Oh man, he's Broadway. He's Broadway Hurley. Higgsy, we love you. Higgsy, if you have time late and want to jump back on with us, we'd absolutely love it. No pressure at all. We'll be here. I'm
not doing late night money tonight. This will be my late night money. It's halftime. I'll probably still people take the under again because I liked it pre-game. Mm-hmm. And so baseball, and I'll run through it and I'll be back.
Good stuff.
Yes. Tuna sandwich in a bathtub. It's my MO that has to eat.
Eat a banana.
But the banana's only my tailpipe.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh my god! Did I say that? Later, guys.
No Diddy. I don't know what.
No Diddy.
That's not Diddy. That's not Diddy. That's fucking Beverly Hills Cop, man.
Yeah, Beverly Hills Cop.
Aaron, you need to watch more, buddy. If you know, I'm not from San Francisco.
Diddy. Razor hears a banana in the tailpipe and he thinks of me, Diddy. What is the world coming to? Holy fuck. That is wild.
That's what the young kids are saying nowadays, instead of no. You say no Diddy.
What?
Diddy. Shout out to our
they're saying no Diddy now.
Shout out to our guy, Ricky Levine. Ricky Levine. No. Damn it. Klingon. Fuck. Shout out to Ricky Levine, our first ever winner of our dog race on Friday. And he says, give my winnings to the chat for memberships. Cheers. What a guy. Our guy, Ricky Levine, is. I will tell that to Jeff. I'll copy and paste that right now, Ricky, and we'll see what Jeff wants to do with it. But you are very, you're a good man, and thank you for supporting us in the channel. It means a ton to us, and wants the $50 to go back to the membership. What a guy, Ricky, you're the man. I hope you watched it, Ricky, because I did the Boys in the Hood. I screamed Ricky 5 or 6 times. 5 or 6 times I screamed Ricky as loud as I could, as if I was Ricky's mom in Boys in the Hood, and his dead body was being carried into the house. I did that for you, Ricky. I won't do it now because my children are trying to sleep, but I want to so badly. but I won't. We have a 5-point lead opening up by UConn here. Bobano, talk to us about this run that UConn's on.
Yeah, it's just been a little bit sloppy for Purdue. Couple turnovers. Good defense by UConn. Edey just missed a hook. So there we go. And Klingon offensively actually has become a force. He's made a couple of their baskets the last couple trips down the floor. So that battle continues. UConn and its pace is slowing down a little bit though. 30-25, exactly 4 minutes left here in the opening half. So and as far as the first half point spread is concerned, we're right around the number. It's gonna be a tight one. It looks like at the end. Purdue just turned it over. Smith off his own leg.
Live total down to 143.5.
Yep.
Shout out to Cats becoming a new member on Pub Sports Radio. Cheers to Cats and all the members and all the wrenches and all the scumbags and all them too. Cheers to everybody.
No Diddy.
No, we're not.
No.
Diddy.
C-Mac, I don't know if you saw, but Jeffrey Epstein made a baseball pick on our show to start off today's stream.
I saw. What was the play?
Arizona Diamondbacks.
What's the score?
They were up 4-1 a little while ago.
It's 4-3 now.
Nope. Oh, Jesus. Oh,
I was
God.
gonna say though, I didn't know how to gauge it. Like, do you tail the pick or do you fade the pick? I didn't.
Well, you're not a 16-year-old girl, so I think you can just, believe in his capping. I don't know.
Right? Like, it threw me off. Like, am I supposed to tail or fade?
I don't know, but that's the question you ask about every capper, right? Not just Epstein. Yeah.
No Dwight Howard, says Bernard King. No, he's not that popular.
Or weird.
Yeah. Oh, and
No.
there, Ilya, what a
Jeez.
guy.
Yeah.
Ilya, thank you so much,
Cheers.
man. Member and supporting the channel. We love you, Ilya Katz. Ilya Katz! All right, 25 points for Purdue, down 5. Live spread at 8.5 now. And I
You guys
guess
know when the last time a 1 seed played a 1 seed in the championship was?
that's a good question. I don't have that. No.
The reason I was asking because to me the line was kind of telling. I kind of like telling me to take UConn because a 1 seed against a 1 seed and the line's a 7. That seems pretty fucking high for the two of the best teams to be going head on head in a neutral site.
I have this thing that every day sends me a different college basketball team, gives me their starting 5 and their bench, their record, and goes through their tournament. I've never seen anything like this. You have to go back to the Wooden days to find a team dominating. Like I've never seen this domination in the tournament.
Yeah, it's impressive. Yep.
But I've never seen it in my lifetime. In my lifetime, for sure, it's never been done. But maybe it was done, back in Lou Alcindor days. I don't know. But
Florida went back to back with Billy Donovan. He was supposed to be.
They did not dominate their opposition by 25 per game.
On teams. They weren't
The
dominating.
1 year was.
But like Joakim Noah and those boys, they were shitting on.
And
teams.
they all came back the second year. I think that's what makes UConn so impressive is that they didn't all come back. This is a new basketball team that might be better than last year's squad.
Yeah,
it's
but
just,
Donovan Klingon still would have been a first round pick last year if he would have won the draft.
no, I feel you. Saturated saying UNLV. I went over UNLV scores. Saturated. That's one of the team that I went over maybe like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, because every day I get the team sent. Clark saying they dominated the whole season until Duke. I've never seen this type of domination in my lifetime. I'm 44.
They dominated the whole season. Yeah. But they had some tight games. Like they barely beat Ball State when they won it. The next year was something else. But they were the most dominant team until that Duke loss, I thought.
2015, it was at Baylor Gonzaga. Gonzaga won by 16 points, though. I wonder if they were the favorite. I don't know, but that's what it says.
No, but I'm not talking about one game. I'm talking about this is.
11 games in the tournament,
Yeah.
11, 8. They've covered the spread, and all of those spreads have been as big favorites. They haven't been small.
Huge. They've been all double-digit spread.
Alabama shot 47 from 3, and they still beat them by 14 points. I mean,
but the final score wasn't.
Purdue's undefeated ATS in this run.
Yeah,
and they were
7-point favorites. Yeah.
Purdue's got to end this half strong.
I think the one thing that's interesting in this game is that whistle that goes blowing in a Purdue basketball game. It seems like it's like normalized in this one. Like watching any Big Ten basketball game, it was like Purdue was in like the penalty by like the 10-minute mark. It was ridiculous.
Mitch and Bill saying that the 07 Florida team was dominant. And I'll have to go over those numbers again. I'll have to go over those numbers.
Oh, Braden Smith, big 3.
Huge for our guys. That's huge for our guys. We're going to go over all the looks from our cappers on screen and in the chat here at halftime and look for halftime action.
Okay, calm down, Braden. There's a lot of game left. You don't get that hyped up for down to by 2 with 2 minutes left in the first half. Like, come on, what are we doing?
Yeah, I know that our guys on Purdue first half +4 are getting that hyped up.
Yeah.
That's a big bucket.
That was big, though. Yep.
That's huge.
Step back 3, too. This is a guy that couldn't put the ball in the ocean against Alabama. He had a brutal night. Or not Alabama, NC State.
TV timeout. 2 minutes to go. Dun, dun, dun.
I was watching Bob Uecker speech. God, he's so funny. And
he's still got it too at his age.
He's just so funny. He's just so funny. Like he has that magic, and it's understated. He's not trying to do too much. He's not trying when he's on. But this last one I watched was about how, it was the World Series, and the Cardinals, the management came up to him and they were like, Bob, it's Game 4 of the World Series, and we would like to inject you with hepatitis. That was the whole angle, and it's just so out of left field. It's so funny, like it's so ridiculous. Also, when they give him the World Series ring, they show him the ring and then they throw it out. They throw it out into left field, and he said he found it in between the 5th and 6th innings. Like he's just magic. Like he's just understated magic. He's the funniest.
Yeah,
he's the funniest guy, man.
Shout out Mr. Belvedere. Never watched it.
Yeah.
I love the home run calls too. Get up, get out of here, and gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we still say he gone every time.
Yeah.
In the house, like my girl, like he's that he gone is so memorable that my girlfriend still uses it all the time, and she hasn't watched a baseball game in 10, 8. She watched some Blue Jays playoff games, but. All right, it's 32-30 Connecticut, a live spread right back from where we started at 6.5, and the total very close to where it ended at 144.5. So very little changes here. Got to feel good about our action, except for Klingen. They, my $100 SGP, they're offering me $35 of profit. This is not, you just want to see something over what you bet, just to feel good about your action. So I'm obviously not going to take it, but it's nice to see it. We live bet what are they offering for the live bet? Oh no, sorry, they're not offering me anything for the SGP. My apologies. The 135, they're giving me $35 profit on the live under 149.5. All right, and we're going to look for halftime action. We want to hear your live bets as well. Yeah, Brian, that's who it is. Yeah. Okay. 2 minutes left. It's very important for Purdue to close this half strong, and Connecticut's already gotten out of the gate with a basket.
All right, we're under 2 minutes left. Oh, there's a nice little floater for Newton.
Jesus Christ, you guys are ahead. I'm going to turn. I don't know if this is going to fucking pay $300 a month for this shit. be
Oh, I'm
behind.
at,
I gotta rewind
I'm
that
at
now.
halftime, Dave. You should be pissed. I would call him right now if I were you.
No. What we're gonna change things up a little bit. We're gonna change anyway. It doesn't matter.
At least it's not football. The worst is when you're on the football stream and you're like 3 plays behind. You're like, what the fuck is going on?
No, this fucking thing is gone here in a month or two. We're gonna switch over.
Look, we got Joshua Kiakanlaya. Nice to see you, man. $1.99 dono shouting out our guy C-Mac in the house. I love it. JK in the house. Haven't seen in a while, man.
What up,
Football
John?
as well.
Appreciate it.
Well, I need Klingon not to get a basket here to finish this half.
Yep.
He only has 1 foul, too. I was kind of hoping he might get in the foul trouble. He's a smart player. You know, we talked about in our show, we talked about Edie. Edie has 0 fouls. So, and I think it was with you, Boban. So in the last 12 games, Edie he's not gone over 3 fouls. He's a smart dude.
And the refs give him every call. That helps too.
The refs give him every fucking call. Watching Big Ten basketball was absurd.
Yeah.
I want our guys who are on Purdue first half +4 to cash.
Yep.
Purdue is in possession here. There's a timeout. So
I don't
there's a
care
minute
what
30
they do in the second half. They could lose by 30. I couldn't give 2 shits. Just hang in there inside 4 here in the last minute and a half here.
Bernard Kang has a question. We'll let Brizzy answer this one. Brizzy, how is Edie going to play in the pros with no post moves? And do you believe he has no post moves?
I think Edie's gonna be probably like the Luka Garza career. Like Luka Garza is, he just got signed this year. He got signed this year. He was a 2-way contract player. He played in the G League, the pros, and then a couple injuries happened.
It'll be bad.
He's been hooping. He's getting his little 18 minutes off the bench. Since Karl Anthony Towns has gone down, he's getting his little 18 minutes off the bench. I don't think he's going to be a Drew Timme and just not be relevant. Zach Edey's a good backup center. You just can't start him because if you put him against like Joel Embiid or Wemby, we get fucking.
He's a lottery pick from 1996. His game doesn't translate, and that's why Klingon, even though he doesn't get he's more versatile. He's more mobile. Like he's more of a big. I mean, he's not going to be that great either. But I don't.
He's going to be a great forward. What?
He's going to be a starter, right? He's going to start. He's going to be a Walker Kessler type. He's going to be that type of guy.
I would say he's more of like Laurie Marketing, like
I thought
a jump shot.
I thought Walker Kessler was going to be a player. I was shocked that this year watching him do nothing. Did that not?
No, Utah's just in a tank mode. It was like Keontae George season. It's like they're like trying to develop him to be like their starting point guard of the future. It's been working, but I thought that was interesting strategy.
No, you know who Edie is? Who's that Bobin? Who's the guy that's on the Goldfish commercials? That's who he is. That's how he's going to be. That's exactly how he's going to be.
Fuck, all these offensive boards. Oh, my God.
Yep. Tip in. You got a box out there if you're Purdue. Yep.
Oh, God. This is.
I mean, Klinging's coming out in the right year. If he went out,
turnover Purdue.
You guys aren't at halftime yet, Dave. You're not at halftime yet.
No, I'm not singing the national anthem.
Too many offensive rebounds.
Oh, thank God. Jesus. What an ugly end.
Halftime? I'm back.
Yeah.
Halftime.
Yeah.
We're at halftime.
Yep. And Purdue first half loses 36-30.
Oof. You know, for
now I won't take UConn live. I should, but
for the SGP, I just with these SGPs, and you just want to start and be in it. And I chose to take the first half at 7.5 because I was like, just be live going into the second half, because it hurt my back end, but
It's hard to have confidence in Purdue because second half is UConn's half. I mean,
so so let's go over these stats here. Sorry, and let's talk about what exactly went wrong for Purdue. First off, one of the things that scared me about the 3 props for Smith, Lawyer, and Jones, that group of 3 guards has taken 1 3.
I know. I didn't think it'd be this.
That is
crazy.
And what is it because of the UConn perimeter defense just being too strong? What the hell's going on?
They're gonna shoot more.
they just got to, exactly.
That's just beyond comprehension. That those 3 guards are 1 for 1 from 3 combined is absolutely ludicrous if you're backing Purdue here. Absolutely ludicrous. And then, what is it that UConn's doing that's working? I think it's Tristan Newton is the best guard on the floor and he's controlling the game.
He's been great. Oh, yeah. He's had a great half. Spencer's had a great half. 1-0 Vegas already. They've just scored on Vancouver.
Yeah, I don't. I just want the Kings to play Vancouver in the first round and knock them out. I don't. Let's not get into this. Let's focus on basketball. I don't want me to wax poetic on how the Rutherford has not been good. Look, Benning was the worst thing that ever happened to the city of Vancouver. I mean, in 1920, we had this huge fire, and we had this arena on Denman Street, this beautiful arena. At the time, it was the biggest arena in the country. Huge fire, burns down the arena, fucks the whole city up. And Jim Benning has been worse to the city than that fucking fire. Let's focus here on action for the basketball game. And Rutherford's been no fucking better. And I don't want to. No, he's been a little better.
A little better.
But the Elias Lindholm, another team's trash is not your treasure.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Okay. And we played against him all the time. He never did any damage against us. But whatever. Okay. Let's focus on action and go over what we have here as a group. Troy gave us Purdue plus 6.5 full game. I think after that first half, he's got to be concerned. His parlay at just under 13-1 is Purdue money line, Klingen under 13.5 points, which I made as an individual bet and also have it in my parlay. He's 3 for 6 for 7 points. I'm quite nervous about it. And he's got Jones over 11.5 and Smith over 10.5. And Jones over 11.5 in individual play. Higgs has the under 146.5. So does CMAC. Razor has the under 145.5. The live total is 140.5. So why don't we start there? Razor, how do you feel about your under at this point after what you saw in the first half?
Man, I actually feel real good, especially since Purdue's not shooting the 3. That's what I was worried about, is Purdue shooting the 3 ball, but they're not shooting it. So it's making me more confident about my bet. I got a big bet on the under, so I'm not going to force any live action. I'm just going to ride out this under.
Sure. No, I get it. You're in great shape. No need to worry about anything. Bobano lost to Purdue first half +4, but Spencer over 13.5 points is almost already cashed. Spencer's sitting at 11. No, sorry, that's Newton. Damn, sorry. Spencer's at 7 points. My bad.
Yeah. He's got work to do. He got a real hot start, but quiet after that.
And then
I think he got a little bit scared when those floaters that he threw in the paint got fucking swatted out of bounds. He's been chilling out since then.
Then we have you have Smith over 10.5 points. He's at 9 points. He's been great. Jones and Lawyer have been nowhere to be found. Smith 3 boards, 3 assists, 9 points, playing good basketball.
Yeah, Braden Smith's going to cash for me over 10.5. I think 10.5.
Yeah, I mean, he's one bucket.
Yep.
Okay. Smoke and mirrors.
And I expect Spencer can still get to 14. Like, he's not done yet. Whole half left. He's a senior. I think he's the most experienced player on the entire UConn team.
Dave Rogers gave us UConn -6.5. Dave, confidence level. How you feeling after what you've seen?
Tale of two halves. I feel pretty confident. I didn't see. I mean, I rode with UConn through both last year and this year, and it's tough. It's tough to lay that in the final game, especially against Purdue. But I guess that line was there for a reason. And what really gives me confidence is no matter what the other team does, UConn, this is why they're the most complete team. They figure out a way to win. Like I said, Alabama shot the lights out from 3, and they beat them by 14 points. Granted, it was the end of the game, but I think Purdue's in trouble. That's what I think.
CMAC on the under 146.5. Got to feel good about that spot. Then he's on Newton over 21.5 points. Or was that over 1.5 threes? I might have written that.
I thought it was 3-pointers.
Yeah, I think it's over 1.5 threes. I think I wrote that in. Over 1.5 threes, a plus 150. Newton right now is 1 for 1 from 3. He's also got Smith over 1.5 threes, and Smith's 1 for 1 from 3. So CMAC in good shape there. Let's talk about our action from cappers in the chat, and then we're going to go into what extra live action we want to drop. I think we got into the right time, obviously, on the under at 149.5. I don't want Purdue live.
No.
They've shown only Zach Edey. Look, it was all about these 3 guards for Purdue, and they're not. It's not that they're playing badly. It's just that they're not putting themselves in the game. They're not taking shots. They're not putting themselves at risk. They're not forcing the issue. Tone Miggins cashing the fast cash play of the day, as Tone does. UConn first half -2.5, -141. Ronnie Lofton, that Purdue first half went down, but he's got the full game under 146, and he's in business there. Gerald Jones on the under and UConn future. Gerald Jones in great shape. Our friend Gerald Jones in great shape. Dabby Cab has that Purdue first half +4, which went down, but he's got Braden Smith over 1.5 threes. Despite Dabby Cab losing that Purdue first half, which was an official pick on our show, still going to cash 60% on the season for the first time of any guest I've had in 6 years of publicly doing this. Justin McKelvey on Purdue +7 and the money line right now, Purdue money line +375. I can't be too confident with that spot. Nasty Nate, UConn in the under teaser. Nasty Nate in business. Absolutely in business. Tori Coker had Purdue money line. Wine Time's got the +7 at -108 on Purdue. Truth Teller took Edey over 24.5 points. Edey sitting at 16. Harold Williams, our guy Harold cashing UConn -3.5 first half. Jay Peasy on the under 145 in business. Dana Delpon, Lawyer over 1.5 threes, and Braden Smith over 1.5 threes. They're both at plus money, and the Braden Smith's at +150. So a lot of our guys need one more 3 from Braden Smith. So let's get that.
Yeah.
Chrissy Hink Davis is on Purdue +6.5. Wally has UConn, and he's in business here. He's in business.
2-0 Vegas.
Yeah, if Pietrangelo wasn't hurt, I would have been on them. I don't, usually after that, Vegas beat them easily 6-3, and you think that there's Rebenga in store, but when JT Miller's the best player on the Canucks. We all know that, but Pettersson, a lot of people thought was in the beginning of the year. Where has Pettersson been when games are important?
Yeah, that's true. Can't find him with a telescope right now. Like he got this, like Nylander. When Nylander first got paid, he disappeared for a little bit. Pettersson's kind of doing that right now.
He wears a blouse with women's, what are they called? Little shoulder pads.
Yes,
shoulder pads.
The only thing he's missing is the sparkles on the uniform.
Are you guys on the Canucks this second?
No, I do not want anything to do with the Canucks. And they're my team.
Yeah.
Pettersson, like I don't want to, because I'm been drinking, and when I start drinking, I tend to be a little, extra. I don't want to say what I'm thinking about Pettersson after this big contract and all shit, but I'm just so fucking sick of him being invisible out there.
Yep.
I'm so sick of Dakota Joshua being the most noticeable player on the ice. I'm so sick of these little fucking bitches. I mean, Pettersson's such a little bitch that Connor Garland is playing like he's 6'3", and Pettersson's playing like a fucking toddler.
Yep.
But I'm going to...
Well, it's that time of the year, Jim. Vegas over first period. Ride that.
Is it back? When did you get back on it?
Oh, man, it's that time of the year, right when they get around playoffs, in the playoffs, every time. First period over, 1.5.
It's crazy to me too, because there's so many spots, and I went against you a few times in the playoffs last year and not enjoyed it. It's crazy because I love, when the games get intense for the unders in the first period unders. Corey saying Vancouver media kept playing up Pedersen's 100-point season. Oh God. The first 20 games of the year, Pedersen was killing penalties and hitting, and then what happened? It's just he's so aggravating to watch. It's just. Let's focus on basketball. What are we doing here on Tom Miggins? Tom Miggins, after the fast cash play today, cashed. Corey saying Pedersen's the NHL version of Andrew Wiggins. Well, that's such an interesting comment. I'm going to copy and paste that, Corey, and I'm going to have to stew on that shit for a bit. It's interesting. Interesting comparison. So this is, we're a live betting show. We talked about our action pregame. I made one live bet during the game. We've watched what Connecticut's done in second halves. Brizzy, is there anything that you'd be interested in live? And you guys in the chat, let us know. Is there anything that you guys are interested in live? Brizzy, anything for you?
To be honest with you, the way Connecticut's playing kind of makes me want to bet them on the second half spread. I mean, they're kind of letting – very rarely have we seen Zach Edey not get double teamed out of the post, and they're kind of single coveraging him and saying, like, Zach Edey, do whatever you want, but everybody else isn't going to do anything. And that's been the story of the half. It's like Zach Edey has 16 points and everybody else hasn't really done shit.
Yeah, without Zach Edey, this game's a blowout.
Yeah, it's like that. He's got 16 points and like 8 rebounds a half.
I can't imagine what's being said. Obviously, I have no idea what's being said at halftime, but don't you have to take Smith, Lawyer, and Jones and be like, you guys, if you don't try to take over the game, we are going to lose, and that's it. I cannot fathom that they've taken one 3-point shot.
Well, it's like Caitlin Clark on the women's side. She was at the first, she was starting to pass the ball, and they were just telling her shoot the fucking ball. She shot the fucking ball, and then in the second half, she came out good. But they just need to fucking shoot the ball. They're fucking scared. They don't want to mess up the finals. They don't want to be the person that choked.
That we off the top of the show, and the reason why I couldn't get on Purdue, even though I really wanted to, and I have them to win in my bracket and stuff, is because I was so scared of the guard play. I was just scared. I think Spencer and Newton they're better than Purdue's guards. But I thought Purdue would take a chance, take some risks out there, take some shots. I mean, this is Phil, our guy Phil is saying they have their best 2 defenders on them. They put Cam Spencer on Braden Smith. That's why he's not getting shots off. 36-30 at the half, spread at 8.5, total at 140.5, juice to the over. I mean, there's no more live betting the total. And you guys know when we do our live streams, I'm pretty much done at halftime. Like I do all my bets, in the first 2 quarters of everything. That's where I think you have time for, in NHL, it's been the best live betting season of my life. And I've been keeping it really strict. As soon as my team goes down a goal, I bet them. And I don't bet them again. And there's been times where my team's been down 4-1 and it's come back and I could have cashed plus 1,500, whatever. I don't care. I bet them that one time and I don't bet them again. And, I'll if they're down 2-1 with about, 12, 13 minutes left in the second period, I'll go in. But that's it. I draw the line at halfway through the second period. And this is just how I do it. I'm not saying it's the right way of doing it, but it's been working. I don't like getting in the second half of the game. I want time. I
was just hoping for a better number with you. Maybe it's not going to matter, though, because they've just been so good in the second half that maybe I should take them right now. But I'm going to wait and see if Purdue maybe does a little run to start the second half. Like Alabama did make a little run at the start of the second half because that game was like tied with 13 minutes left in the second half. And if it gets to the point where it's tied or Purdue gets a lead even early second half, then I might jump on UConn. Then I know I'll get a good number.
This goes to a 1-possession basketball game. They're going to have to – if we can get like that 4.5, 5 mark, that would be like beautiful with UConn for you.
Wally talking about the mustard yellow road jerseys here. Fucking, that's my
Life from the
favorite.
Vancouver Canucks. They've just scored. Power play
wow.
goal.
As soon as I pull it, that's my favorite jersey in the world, the yellows. I also love the black version here. I got the Linden, of course. Of course he'll play. If he can stand on one leg, he'll play. Ricky Levine says, I'll trade you Dubois for Pedersen. No, we don't want Dubois. Nobody wants Dubois. What a bum. Dubois, that would drive me crazy. And it's tough watching the Kings because when he has the puck at times, he looks skillful. He looks good, but man, it takes heart. Juggler says, I can't understand why Hurley waited so long to double team Edie when he got the ball in the post. There's my guy Kelly McInnes in the house.
Nobody else fucking scoring. If you look at the stats, it's really Braden Smith's 3 that got him 9 points. Him and Edie have 25, and nobody else has fucking scored.
Brian Smith has an interesting point. I'm going to refill ice in my drink, and I'll be right back. But I'd like you to answer this, Bobano, and go around the horn. I'd like to hear from all you guys. Brian Smith says this will be a completely different second half. Desperate Purdue will look to push, and UConn will run with them. 80 points in the second half. Should we be looking at a live over in the second half, or the second half over right now? Let me know when it's tip-off, too, because I don't have the game on anymore, and I'm sure we're getting close. The second half over is 76.5 juice to the under.
Yep.
Bobano, start with that. What do you think? And then go around the horn to Dave Brizzy and to Razor. We know Razor's, big bet is on the under, but I'd love to hear from all you guys, and I'll be right back.
Yeah, I think in theory it makes sense. Purdue's got to try to get some easy baskets, okay? They're being guarded pretty tight, and it's not easy to do that. And the thing is, they've also got to start shooting some threes. Like, get the ball up the court, look for a transition 3, start attempting more of those. And if we get that kind of a plan of attack from Purdue in the second half, then I'm right there with you. But I got to see it before I believe it, because Purdue is one of these teams over the years, and Painter's been criticized for this. Sometimes he'll stick with the way he wants his team to execute, regardless of score, regardless of situation in the game. So I would hold off on that just to get a gauge of the pace in the first minute or two, and then maybe go from there. Because I've got to see it from Purdue. They're one of these stubborn teams sometimes that even when things aren't going well like they are here, the adjustments don't always happen right away. So that's why I'm going to hold off on that. I think that makes sense conceptually, stylistically, what Purdue should be doing. But the question is, will Purdue do it? And up the ante and up the tempo and try to score in transition, push the ball up the court off UConn misses. I don't know. That's not typically what they do consistently. I got to see it first. Dave, what do you think about that?
Yeah, Michael, I kind of agree with Juggler. Not the end of that, but how are they going to push? They have 2 ways they can push, right?
Right.
A, they can open it up and shoot threes. That's a risky proposition for 2 reasons. One is you have to make them. That's easy. If you don't make them, then Connecticut's going to squeeze you like a boa constrictor because they'll go down and score 2 every time. If they don't choose that route, they have to go to Edie. And Edie's he is unstoppable. This is what they should do. They should go to Edie and have Edie have 40 points because he'll just get 2 and bring it back. He'll just get 2 and bring it back. And basically it'll be a slugfest. Bam, 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 back and forth. If they try to open it up and push like we think, it's a mistake because it's a small room for error there. If they start shooting threes and they start missing a couple, this game get out of hand. So I think they should just stick to the plan, dump it down to Edie, and play as good a defense as they can.
Yeah,
Razor.
If they push the pace here, Purdue's going to have no shot. They have to slow it down. They have to take their time. No turnovers. They have to set up their plays every single time. That's the only way Purdue wins this game. If they push the pace, like Dave said, they're going to miss the threes. UConn's going to go down, get their 2 points every time. This 5-point lead is going to turn into a 15-point lead in seconds. They have to slow it down. They have to set their plays up. No turnovers, and make your easy shots.
Billy.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Dave and Razor. The way to win this game for Purdue is you got to throw the ball to Edie and make Dan Hurley fold his cards and make him double team. We've seen Edie double team out the post the whole entire season. Dan Hurley isn't double teaming the post, and that's why nobody else is really stepping up. Because, when you double team the post, Edie throws the ball, they get a catch on the wing, and then they throw
For a wide
another
open teammate. Yes.
Yeah,
100%.
that's the only way I feel like Purdue has a shot. But if you're UConn here, I think you do push the pace a little bit. You got a good enough 20-minute sample size where like the guard play is a little bit superior. You put an ass to cushion and you get a nice little comfortable lead, I feel like here. But we're gonna see how this first 5 minutes go into that first TV timeout in the second half. I'm kind of with Babano. I kind of want to see where the pace of plays are going to be because kind of feels like it was like yo-yo back and forth. Purdue kind of had it in the beginning. Then it kind of went to UConn's favor. I want to see what the coaching adjustments are at a halftime because the biggest thing I see is Dyra's 7 points when he came into the game is the only reason why UConn's up by 6 right now. You got 7 bench points versus 0. That's the story of the game.
Exactly. Purdue bench has to step up here for the Boilermakers. This is your season. This is the national championship. We'll see if that is possible. This has been a long halftime. I'm just realizing, now I think we're finally just about. Yeah, it looks like teams are taking the court. Second half should be a few moments away.
Oh, this will be fun. Also, Tom Miggins says Mavs tomorrow, everyone, and Kyrie Irving props Wemby season. G Martinez says Edie needs 50. This is going to be fun. Let's this background didn't bring us any Purdue success, so let me let's fix it up, man. Let's try something different. Let's go.
You want to borrow mine, Jimmy? Shout out to all the scumbags out there. Let's take a shot to bless our action for the second half. Shout out to everybody, chat. Hit the like button down below. If you got a wrench, I love you too. Cheers.
There we go. Cheers to everybody.
Let's watch some fucking hoops.
Let's watch.
Ryan says UConn isn't a run team. Why would they change it?
All right, we are underway here. Second half.
All right, slow it down. Slow it down. There we go. Defensive rebound. 5 minutes left in the second half. How much time you got left, Dave?
Fucking, this is ridiculous.
Oh shit! Big deep ball 3. I mean deep 3 just now. I believe by Newton. 39-30.
I saw it right now. Okay, good. I'm only 15 seconds, man.
Yeah, Newton now 2 for 2 from 3, 14 points.
Shouts to C-Mac. He cashes it. Newton over 1.5 threes at +1, or was it 2.5 at +1?
It was 2.5. That's where I had the 2 there. Yes, thank you. I was trying to figure out how I screwed that up. Yes, it was over 2.5 threes. But he's right there. He's right there. Shout out to Julian Cesario. Thank you for the $4.99 dono. Got to run with Julian for the second time. Got to run with him at Pubapalooza and love the guy. Purdue's in big trouble, dude. Purdue is in big trouble.
Edie.
If you see it, man, I feel like
finishing.
UConn's pushing the pace. They're just getting out in transition right now. Hurley wants to have a nice little 15-point lead at this first TV timeout and fucking start chilling out a little bit because he's been sweating through that fucking.
Can't do Edie. You have to make every one of those. You can't.
Yeah, you can't miss those bunnies around the rim. You got
No.
to finish strong. Dunk it. Send it in, big fella.
Dunk it.
Yeah,
I think he tried to.
That's why he doesn't have that grit. That's why he's not going to be an NBA player.
Oh,
No, he'll be an NBA player.
on. That's
You're
a
like
little early.
Back end of the first round or something like that. Why wouldn't
He's gonna be Boban, whatever. He's gonna be that guy.
You're like the Thunder or something like that. Why wouldn't you take Zach Edey as a backup for Chad?
I don't know.
Look, obviously, the kid's from Toronto, and he's such a Toronto guy too. If you're from Toronto, like there's a lot of guys like Zach Edey. No, they're not all 7'4".
If Toronto tanked their season and draft Zach Edey, that would be the
Boban Marjanovic.
That would be the worst.
Yeah.
Well, terrible defense under the rim. Nobody homed his.
He's
Are
got.
they really thinking about taking Edey that early? Or like,
No, there's no chance. They would make a trade. They'd trade down if they want Zach Edey.
That's
Which-
fine. I'm okay with him being on the Raptors. That'd be a cool story, I guess.
that'd be
you
a
know?
dope story. I think
That's
that'd be
all
one
right.
of the best spots for him.
we'd love that because there's a lot of people who don't want to play in Canada, and let's find the guys who do.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a cute story time. You guys want a story time, or you fucking want to win?
Nah, they got to put
Fuck.
butts in the stands out there in Toronto. So the easy way to do it is you and Zach Edey.
We sell out nonstop. No one's worried about that shit.
Yeah, it's not. You're not gonna win with Edie. That's a cute story though. That'll sell an extra ticket.
Look,
Jersey sales go up. Who cares, right?
offensive foul. Jesus Christ.
You know, the jersey sales go up. I forgot I had this still here on my chair from last night. Shouts to the man, the myth, the legend, Johnny Manziel.
Oh, yeah.
Give me a break.
He was at remember Bobano when he was at IFBC in this?
Yep, I do. Yes.
Why did this game open at a 5.5? I'm on the over in that,
2-2. What a
Canucks
good
game.
response by Vancouver. They've tied it in the first period with
Who
Vegas.
got the goals for the Nucks?
Garland and Hughes.
Garland is really
great.
stepped up.
Smallest guy on the team, but as Bill Raft, I got to say it with since he's calling the game, Bill Raftery, smallest guy on the team, but the biggest ticker. Yep.
You got to say no Diddy after that,
Yeah. Send it in there, big fellow. Yeah.
Oh no,
Get those puppies organized. Yeah.
So no Diddy is the new
That's what they're going with. Jim. No
With the
Diddy.
blow by. Yeah.
Come on, Jim. You don't watch Medicaid Monday? Come on.
oh man.
No Diddy.
Phillies win. Phillies fucking win. Extra
There we
innings.
go.
Our bullpen still fucking sucks, but damn it, we got it
Hey,
done.
bet with Bobano show 4:00 today with Connor Mack. We had Phillies team total over. Best bet cashed in thanks to extra innings.
I mean, Spencer Turnbull.
How was Michaelis favored? He sucks. That guy. Come on.
Spencer Turnbull,
Michaelis,
man.
man.
Circle
Favorite.
his name, dude. He looks like a fuck. He might be what Nola's supposed to be.
Oh
Jeez,
man.
what a finish that was. That was who the
Jimmy,
hell was
did you
that?
hear the DJ Burns interview from NC State?
Yeah, about
Yeah.
Edie.
Yeah,
No,
he said no Diddy in it as well.
Oh really? I like DJ Burns, man. He makes me laugh.
Yeah,
I
he's
watched
good.
his interview talking about Edie, but I didn't see him say no Diddy. Oh no. God, life is so funny, man. You could beat a man, but oh Jesus! I just saw
Too many
the
rebounds here right now with this Purdue team. They're giving up too many offensive boards. Way too many.
You talk
Life-
about a fall from grace, though, man. You go from chilling with Notorious B.I.G. to fucking kids saying your name in a fucking joke, man. Fall from glory.
life. You know, you can have all of the glory, but you need to stay accountable, or life will come back and get you. Now I have no idea what Diddy
Jericho
did.
here, freaking Hurley. My goodness, the fucking theatrics.
I love him, man. He's ready for Broadway. There we go. Foul on Klingon. How many he's got? 3 now. He's got 3 now. Get him off the floor.
Yeah.
Pull him early. All right, we get it. We worry about the players having a heart attack. It's going to be Hurley.
I agree.
yeah.
Get out the defibrillator.
Fight a Purdue fan after the game.
God, that was a phenomenal putback dunk, dude. I could watch that over and over and over. All right, Klingon's got to come out, right? There's 15:52 left. Got to come out. For those of you guys who watch me never bet player props, here we go.
How many
I
likes
finally-
we at? Is it shot time yet?
I don't know. I'm going to have to pull out a second bottle, but I'm ready to go. We have
89 likes. Hit the goddamn like button down below. We got to get to 100.
Let's get to 100.
likes, we take a shot. Or become a member. We take a shot.
43-34 right now, and Edie heading to the line. Live totals at 138.5, so we are in business. Because now, obviously things can change, but there was not one person on today's show with the chat and with the on-camera personalities that gave the over. Not one. Everybody on the under.
Right.
Trisha, who said I went to rehab? Stop being retarded.
Oh. I don't see that anywhere.
Yeah, you like that word, Trisha? Fucking bitch.
All right. We can't. We don't. There are rules on the show. There's rules from the chat. Lying is part of them. We are cut from the Peter.
I
Lynch
haven't
chat
drank in
talk.
6 months, but there's no rehab here. And Trisha's mad because I said retarded the other stream. But Trisha, I also apologize for that. I also come from, I grew up in the 90s where that doesn't mean anything. So if you want to take personal attacks, that's fine. But let's take it off. Let's take it off, chat. And don't spread anything. Never went to rehab. I'm not drinking. I'm down 30 pounds. So congrats to me. And you can go fucking get a yeast infection.
So let's. I think all everything is fair. What you said there, Dave.
I forgot about it already.
But so let's remember in the chat that there's no racism, no sexism, no spamming, and no lying.
Yeah.
So, okay, but let's get back
No
to
falsity.
our focus here. We have the live total at 138.5, the spread at 11.5. There is nothing that Purdue is doing that makes me think I'm going to cash my plus 10.5, which is my final leg of my SGP. That's it. Cash my SGP, the first half Purdue plus 7.5, full game 10.5, under 148.5, and then I should make sure that okay, and then the Klingon under 13.5. But all I need is Klingon to go under 13.5, and we're rich. Juan Chavez says, to be fair, Dave, your skin is glowing.
Thank you. I'm also pregnant, so there you go.
Oh, that's wonderful news.
If they say that about pregnant women, I wouldn't know, but.
Oh shit! Was that a one? And sorry, I missed that, Bobana. What happened with the foul shot?
No, it was no foul. No shooting foul. It was on the floor.
Oh, on the floor.
Side out of bounds.
Okay.
Oh, alley-oop. First double-digit lead of the night for UConn.
God, are they? Still, Smith, Lawyer, and Jones have one 3-point shot between them.
That's not going to get it done. Not against a team with the
4
balance.
points in 5 minutes, Purdue. Come on,
The versatility
Purdue.
of UConn.
Come on, Purdue. I thought you were a 1 seed.
I don't know if this Johnson kid's going to be able to guard Edie, though.
I don't think he's going to be able to guard Edie either. It's like you kind of got to wait until the next TV timeout. I'm going to bring back Klingon.
Yeah.
I mean, you're up by 9. You can afford to put him out there for about 4 to 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But if Edie starts doing the bullshit, you're going to have.
That was ugly. That was a bad foul, and that was an ugly 3-point shot.
Jimmy Kelsey wants to know what the membership gets.
Oh, Kelsey, I'd be happy to pay back your $9.99 anytime.
Holy shit. It's
send
like
it
I
to
just
you.
saw that same play a minute ago, and I just saw it again. Another alley-oop, Newton to Johnson.
If you're unhappy, Kelsey, with your membership, we'll be happy to send you that money. We'll send it to you tomorrow. So please let us know if you would like that money back, because we'll send it to you immediately. Jesus, Purdue's in trouble.
This might be an 11-point route here by UConn.
Epic Cappers in the house.
Where is the alternative?
Now we have a shooting foul on UConn. Now there'll be free throws for Edie here.
I think this might be a route, man.
Oh, UConn's turned the second half into their on-court playground all previously.
I think I'm going to take a little D-Gen shot here. Why not, since we're sitting here on stream? I'm taking UConn minus 17.5. This might be a UConn route.
1 of 2 at the line for Edie.
Plus.
The lane violation for UConn, so he's going to get another free throw.
It's the guard play, man.
It's not even close, man. It's like the UConn 5-star recruits are just looking like 5-star recruits, and Purdue look like fucking 3 stars. It's bad.
1-3 by Smith, Lawyer, and Jones.
At this point, you got to sub in Giles, right? What up, Bill? You got to sub in Giles. You got to put in somebody that's going to go out there and fucking shoot the ball. And he is in the game. I was about to say, you got to put somebody in there that's got to shoot the fucking ball. At least try.
Well, let's just keep clinging off the floor here.
Shout out to all the scumbags. I got drills. I got wrenches. We do it all. Check this out. All the scumbags. I appreciate all you guys. Fucking scumbag.
Oh, God. This has just become such a grudge match. Live totals down to 136.5.
That was the play, was the under.
The under was money in the bank. We're saying about how fucking the bookies just copy and paste the KenPom numbers, and they're not even like, you know, like if you disagree with the KenPom number, you're probably going to get a really good line. Because KenPom had this at a 148.5 total, and that was damn near the book line.
Well, by the time this year, any sharper, anyone that's has a model is gonna be that close. I mean, that's why I ditched the indexing in the after the first week. I ditch it completely.
You can't index college basketball. I feel like that's more of like a.
Well, I do all season, but not during the tournament. It's so accurate. I do all the hours of work, and it's right on. You have to put on your capping hat and say,
tournament season, you just got to take gambles.
You got to see who's better. That's it.
No, not really. Because I mean, look at a team like NC State. Dude.
No, I'm talking about the capper. I'm not talking about
the teams. Like NC State was in shit form going into it.
NC State was this year's FAU. That's exactly what they were. They went to the Final Four, and everyone bet against them. And
they're a Power 5 conference team, though.
No, they were the team that everyone didn't expect the Cinderella story to go to the Final Four, and then they lost where they were, and people were betting against them, or at least people I knew were betting against them.
I feel like the public was on NC State in that game.
That's why the people never mind. Yeah, the people that thought they knew more than other people, they didn't.
Yeah, and then I went to the window and I didn't bet NC State, but I went to the window and fucking bet Bama, and that was a fucking yeah. And then I had the over as the main play, and then Bama money line. The fucking total misses by a point. I was like, man, this is should just put it down for the day if I'm missing a fucking total by a point.
God.
Oh man, big foul there. Another miss by Edey, and then foul right after that. So UConn ball up by 11.
Until further, just so everyone knows, Eflin is not who everyone thought he was. He is bad.
Well, he's good at home. He's good at the Trop.
He is, but else. He's even not as good as. And people were talking. I mean, the past 2 years, Cy Young, blibbity, whatever.
He is.
Well, he's making me money. That's all I got to say. I'm fading him.
He had no spring either. He had no spring.
Yeah, I know.
How about those Cubbies? They're showing up for me so far.
I'm interested to see how Blake Snell does. He hasn't pitched against Major League anything. He's pitched against the some fucking high school team or something.
Yeah,
there's a pitcher you're going to make some money with this year. Javier Assad for the Cubs. I think he's pretty good.
Okay,
he looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, he looked phenomenal last year.
Yeah.
He just wasn't given the opportunity to stretch out. Yeah,
well, they knew what was coming, Jim. The Cubs have put their eggs in the basket, and they want to be contenders.
The way they played the Dodgers, they look like they could be, and maybe.
Yeah. Their pitching, I feel like, is highly underrated. That kid, Shota Imanaga, that kid is fucking electric, man. That splitter is dirty.
We're also one like away from shot time. Somebody hit the goddamn like button if you haven't already.
Kelsey says buy a gold membership and immediately get called a fake and a liar and ignoring cool membership. With the membership, you get early access to the James Lynch interviews on Pub Sports Radio. If you would have watched last week's David Jackson in the co-main event, dog money.
Glad to see Cheshire Cat. I haven't seen him for a while. Glad you're alive, buddy. You always wonder when you don't see him for a while. Could have taken
Is
him.
that a call a fucking foul? That's crazy.
Love you, Cheshire. You're my boy.
Yep, the one and only Cheshire Cat. Special person. Yep.
$51.38 right now. Live total down to 134.5. Spread at 11.5. And you know, they have not offered me anything on this SGP I don't know, not once. There's never been an offer once. All I have to do is hit the Purdue plus 10.5 to cash it. I would buy out of it immediately if they offered me something. But no offers. No offers.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. We've reached 100 likes. This is a special shot because this shot is for everybody in the chat, and it's for Harper. Harper turned 5 today.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh, happy birthday, Harper.
Happy birthday to Harper.
What
And
a sweetheart.
shout out to all the gold members in the chat. It's $9.99. Press the join button down below if you haven't already.
Happy birthday, Harper.
Happy birthday, Harper.
Happy fucking birthday.
Yeah, I feel like Martian Mike over here. Shout out to all the scumbags out there.
Oh man, I didn't get enough Mikey time in San Antonio.
Oh man, we had him Martian Mike at the Airbnb. That shit was funny as shit. Oh man, I remember we were sitting on the couch, we were watching the game, and he looks at me. He goes, "Razor, hubba." I said, I looked at him. I didn't even say anything because I didn't know what the fuck he said. So I looked back and watching the TV. He's like, "Oh, good talk." Bitch, good talk. You didn't fucking say anything. You just mumbled something. I don't know what the fuck you said. But man, shout out to Martian.
Man.
Shout out to the Martian.
Man, when I was in LA, when we shot Underclassmen, I was with all the N1 basketball players because they were like the basketball stars in the movie or whatever. And after every day, these guys, like the best athletes that I'd ever been around, you know, they would play ball all day or what, like on non-shooting days, play ball all day and then go back to Milk's place. And he would, and all of them, they'd all start chewing Vicodin and they'd all start mumbling nonsense.
The professor did that?
Air ball on a free throw for Edie.
I guess you don't want to say who it was, but
they all would just, they'd be like,
all on opiates. Yeah, great.
I'm shocked they didn't snort the fucking Vicodin.
No, there was no. I watched nobody snorting anything, but they would just chew it.
Edie just airballed to throw up a free throw.
That was ugly. That was rough. Yeah.
He's in his head, man.
Yeah. It's a big head. Get lost.
Playing video games, just giggling to himself. No idea what anybody was saying.
Who's that guy in King of the Hill?
I never watched it.
Watch that. Never mind.
No.
He's got
That's too American. Fucking
yeah, it is. Sorry.
That's like,
Well, that's the guy who made Beavis and Butthead. That's the guy that
has to be
Yeah.
one of, like the most American fucking bullshit ass.
Did you not watch it? Razor, you watched King of the Hill, didn't you?
King of the Hill and
You're-
American Dad are
Yep.
two dog
Steps
shit
on
ass.
Edie.
His name was like Ridenour or Ridenbach or something. The neighbor that didn't make any. Okay.
Sound like the guy from Waterboy.
We could talk about Kids in the Hall if that helps anyone. Yeah.
I love Kids in the Hall.
I'm a flying pig.
Oh yeah, man. Wow, this game is live total at one. Oh, it's all over the place. 133.5. It was dark at 129.5. Purdue has 38 points in this basketball game.
Yep. Although Braden Smith just drew a foul, so he'll shoot 2.
Good night, Trisha. Good to take your birth control.
See you, Trish.
Trisha was at Keeneland this weekend. She got to see Irad.
Oh, nice. I still have
really?
never been to Keeneland. I thought there was a dress code at Keeneland, but I've been told from people that it's not like enforced. Anybody watching right now? I heard that there was a dress code in Keeneland. You have to wear like slacks and nice shoes and shit. Because if anybody can confirm
Dress
that,
code,
Trisha,
huh? Wow.
Trisha, if you can confirm that.
Good night, Trish. And then you guys say you guys want former keep female cappers between us like shit.
We do. We love the female cappers, and we want more of them. And I will only say that we do, and we need more female cappers in the industry. And
Right.
and I'm sorry if you feel that way, Kelsey, if that's your real name.
Oh, wide
All right.
open 3, Caravan. I think that's his first make of the night. It is.
No dress code, says Trisha. Why did I think that, Trish? I'd like to know because I really
Oh, jeez.
look at this. This is just I wish they would have offered me a buyout. I guess they knew UConn was just going to destroy.
I told you, man. I took that minus 17.
And transition layup for Diarra.
Diarra's great.
56-40 timeout Purdue.
Just don't understand why they won't go out guns a-blazing. Why Smith and Lawyer and Jones to start. I guess the perimeter defense is just too strong.
I mean, you have
To be honest,
Steven
I don't see them
Castle.
getting open, Jimmy. I don't see them getting open.
You got Stephen Castle, who's probably going to be like a top 15 pick, and you got Spencer, who's like a fifth-year senior, versus guys who probably would be lucky to go overseas.
That are in preschool compared to him. Yeah.
Yeah, like everyone talked about Clinging versus Edie. It was really the guard matchups versus Purdue is really standing out. It's bad.
They did it every game. If you looked at all the 5 games in the tournament, the only game was Alabama. Every other one, they held like Stetson like 15%. They held Grand Canyon at like 20. I mean, it's just absolutely dominating the perimeter defense.
My Grand Canyon Lopes, they got bounced by Bama.
Oh, was it
They were
Bama?
great. Grand Canyon played great.
I mean, it was more of confirmation that Tyann Grant Foster might be the best steal in the draft if he goes to a competitive team, like in the back end of the first or early second. I mean,
I'm thinking
kid
Northwestern, not Grand
is a
Canyon.
fucking
Same color.
pro, man. You talk about Boo Booey?
I was thinking a purple team. I had it in my mind, so the wrong purple team. But and it doesn't matter. UConn, except for Alabama, stifled their threes.
Boo Booey and those boys, they got ran off the floor in that game. They had no shot.
Wow. Destruction. I mean, this is the most dominant 2-year run Jesus. Just dominant. Wow.
Telling you, you can get that minus 17.5 still at plus money. You get it now before it goes to fucking 20.
Wow. Well, we'll cash all our unders, and then if I get Clinton under, then win the black and move on to tomorrow.
Yeah, I think, Jim, you should be rooting for UConn via route here because then Clinging doesn't play.
I mean, I guess you're right.
I think Hurley would want to get his is it his son or godson? I don't know what the relation is, but they have Andrew Hurley. He was like a very popular market for player prop. It was, will Andrew Hurley get 1+ points in tonight's basketball game? And it was like 10-1 odds. And it just keeps on going down. That tells me UConn might route him and put in like the walk-ons and the, like the Izzo moment.
Yeah.
Your son subs into the fucking game. He's probably won't ever sniff NBA court.
All right, we're out of the timeout now. There's less than 10 minutes left, and Purdue's got to start looking at some, if they're open, some trays here at this point.
They got to.
Are you saying he's no NBA player like Dave said Edie wasn't an NBA player, Billy?
I didn't say he wasn't an NBA player. I said he was Boban Marajano.
No, he's an
Boban
NBA
Marjanovic.
player.
There we go. Yeah.
He's an NBA player. He could sub off the bench and play 15, 20 minutes for it.
All I heard was he's not a good NBA player. He's not going to get drafted anytime soon. He should
That's
just
true.
stay in college. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Well, he shouldn't
Sure.
stay in college because the Canadians can't get the NIL deals. It's only for
No,
the
We
players.
can't. And but
Really?
we,
I didn't know that.
Wow, wide
Yeah.
open three. I think that was Castle that time.
yeah, Castle's a
He
beast.
would be probably one of the highest paid NIL deal players if he wasn't Canadian.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
sure.
happy about that too, Kelsey. The Cubs.
Yeah.
Very happy. You're going to give me that plus price on Assad. The only thing that scared me about that spot was the Cubs were in a brutal travel spot after the delay with the Dodgers yesterday. So that did scare me a little bit, but I stuck with it.
They're just running over these.
Oh, that should have went down too. That was
Boilermakers.
halfway down.
They're lucky.
This reminds me of the national championship game that we did the stream for Michigan and fucking Washington, and it was like Michigan via route.
Oof.
I'm just praying Klinging can get 3 more rebounds and we can fucking walk out of here with the winning ticket.
Oh,
My
there's- oh, what a beatdown! What a
Yeah, it's
beatdown.
unfortunate for the championship game. It's turned into a.
You know what? The let I
This is beautiful. What are you guys talking about? This is
What are you
great.
talking about?
Let's take a shot. Shout out to everybody in chat on this great game. I love y'all.
We're witnessing fucking history, baby.
Yeah, I agree with
UConn
that. Like,
just
you got to revel in their greatness.
Hashtag.
There's no doubt. Yeah.
Hatch the fucking unders.
what up, Jacqueline? Welcome.
Jackie Jack in the house.
What a beatdown. So, we were talking about it right off the very top of the show before the game started about how, at the big spanky meetup in Vegas, Pete came back talking about how there was this kind of overriding feeling about how the books are, playing tricks on sharps or playing tricks on the gambling public. And we know all of that. But playing tricks on the sharps and all that. And I was trying to figure that out. And I'm still trying to figure that out. And I think we'll all be trying to figure that out. I mean, that's part of what we're trying to do. In this spread with Purdue, and I know Higgsy talking about these giant college basketball games, and you have alumni making huge bets and how you shouldn't take them too seriously. And I get that. And I respect that. But there were all these big bets coming in on Purdue. 55, let's say 57, 50, between 55 and 60% of the tickets and like 85, 90% of the cash. And the line was moving towards UConn. There's no trick there. There's no, so there's nothing. It's just that the books were opening up their arms to any bettor, whether it be a pro or a rec bettor, betting Purdue. It was simple. There's no trick. There's no surprise.
They're trying to lure people into betting the dog, kind of like, remember the Iowa South Carolina game? All the money was coming in on Iowa. It was basically like the same exact line as this championship game, and South Carolina won via route. I feel like the trick is they don't want bettors to lay the chalk because the chalk is probably going to win.
Sure, but I mean, I think that's that is something that makes sense. That's a statement you said. That's sort of. What they were talking about at the forum in Vegas was that there are tricks being set up by the books and by the marketplace, and it's something that Troy's been like digging up, and we'll talk more about it as we move forward, and we're all trying to learn together. That's what we're all trying to do. And there's people who think that I'm taking too much, making too much focus of the market. But here, I had Purdue in my brackets. I wanted to bet Purdue, and I did put them in this SGP that does not look good right now. But how can you? Anytime it looks like the books are welcoming money, I don't know how you can bet that. I don't know how you can. And then you can say, "Oh, it's the X's and O's are telling me this and that," and I just it doesn't make sense to me. And here, the books were opening up their arms to Purdue cash. And
for as stupid as it sounds, though, I think it depends on the event, how popular the event is. So, like, if the event isn't popular and all the cash is on one side, that means probably the people that are betting the game have the right cap. But if the event's so big and the money comes in on one side, so like a United States Football League game over the weekend, the Houston Defenders, they're probably the most popular bet. They were damn near undefeated at home the last 2 years. In week 2 this week, they covered the -5 line, and it was the most popular bet of the board. Why? Because nobody watches the USFL. It's not getting the public attention of the book, I feel like. Like compared to like a
Let me ask you guys a question. When you saw the line come out at 6.5, was your first reaction, "Oh, the book's making a mistake. That's too many for Purdue"? Or was your reaction, "That's a lot, and UConn must be the real deal"? What was your guys' reaction when that came out?
Well,
that was be a route.
I'll answer it. For me, I thought that seemed like the fair line.
I'm with you.
And then the big bets came in on Purdue, and the line moved towards UConn.
I guess why I asked that is there was kind of a rhetorical underlying to it. Is that I think a lot of people said, "Oh, Edie's so good, Purdue's so good. Like, how could we not take the points?" But do you think that they're making that mistake on the biggest college basketball game of the whole season? It's dead nuts the right number.
This was the perfect situation for the books, and they just cleaned up.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know about the future market, and I shouldn't talk as if I do. I don't know the future market. And it's possible that the future market had a ton of UConn futures, and maybe this was the worst thing for the books. Maybe we can hear about that, but
it can't be that bad though, because it was the chalkiest one of all options. So even if they're paying it out, it's not like they're paying out a Kentucky 10-1 future or something like that.
The future market in NCAA basketball is a huge giant cash cow for books. They make disgusting amounts of money, but they make disgusting amounts of money on all future markets. And then Pete came on and gave us some real
rebounds, man. Unbelievable. Killing them on the offensive glass.
Oh, it's gross. I mean, it's Edie and nobody else helping, and there's no guards shooting threes, and now we have a 17-point game. Let's bring on our next guest, the first capper to hit 60% over an entire season, capping weekly on my show here for the final moments of the 23-24 NCAA season. Please welcome the Magic Man, Mr. Dabra Kadabra, to the show. Dabby, how are you?
Oh, man, I'm good, guys. I'm good. This is our last game. Like you said, it's been a hell of a college basketball season, but this is my favorite thing to cap, man, and it'll be back soon enough, so we'll be right back at it again next season.
Next year's going to be a fucking
interesting
crazy.
Because Dabby played baseball, but he puts college basketball ahead of it in the capping department.
I mean, I like capping baseball, don't get me wrong, but we all know in June and July, we were all sitting there wishing that just anything else was going on.
Correct. 1,000%. Yeah. I know.
Hey, Dad, can you see that link I just posted in the chat? Do you see that link I just posted?
Oh, shit. You got a wrench.
Because I have a wrench.
Oh, boy.
Back, baby. Wrenches are back, baby. We got drills. We got wrenches. Shout out to the scumbags out there. Cab, if you need a wrench, I got you, my friend.
Let's go. Finally getting to
Razor
post those
sharp.
links,
Home of
baby.
the handyman. Yeah.
Oh, God. The only thing keeping me smiling is Klingen has 7 points. You know, it's funny when you think about a game for so long. I guess it wasn't that long. I take that back. I mean, we did the Final Four ended, but I was watching everybody put in their action, and I was God, and then the only thing I wanted was in the end was Klingen under. But what do you think of UConn's fucking dominance, Dabby?
I mean, this is like watching fucking future NBA players play against college kids, man. Obviously Edey looked good at the beginning of the game, but one player can't fucking do it all. I mean, the guard's got to do something, man. I even have a bet in here that, technically could still cash, but I have no fucking faith in it because the only three that I've seen Smith shoot the whole game was a late shot clock three that he barely got up. Purdue, their whole game plan was give the ball to Edey, which, I mean, you can't, like I said, you can't just have one person for the whole game. UConn's got a team full of players, whereas Purdue's got one person.
It's just crazy to me that Purdue, I feel like if you're scouting for UConn, there's only one way to beat UConn. The only time that we've seen UConn lose this year is when teams shoot a shitload of three-pointers and they end up beating them, kind of how Creighton did. And they just said, nah, we're just going to muck up this game and get blown out. All right, bro.
UConn sold that first half for me too. I lost my bet tonight, but still had a great season. Just sucks to end on a L, but fuck, man, they were down by 6 at half, and I had +4. They didn't score they only scored 5 points the last 6 minutes of that half. They sold that shit.
Yep. They had opportunities galore. They're getting just destroyed on the offensive flash. Just destroyed. Just absolutely fucking creamed with rebounding here.
God, Edey in the paint at times looks so dominant that, it's easy when Klingen's on the bench, but it feels like they're just not being coached. I understand the perimeter defense is tough, but God, these guards got to take shots. When I went over the three props for Purdue with Smith, Lawyer, and Jones, they were all at 1.5. And I felt uncomfortable taking any of them. I thought that thank God they didn't give me an option to drop them down to a half, because I would have included that. I mean, I would have included them in SGPs. I mean, Smith, Lawyer, and Jones have taken 1 3-pointer in this game, Cap. 1.
Yeah, I know. And I got fucking +150 on Smith. So if he could just find a way to shoot one fucking more and make it, that would be awesome. But I mean, I've never been more confident that a bet's not going to hit than this. I mean, like I said, the one that he did make, it was a late shot in the shot clock. Wasn't even an open look or a good look. He just happened to get it up. He's not even going to shoot another one. Well, it's because of what UConn's doing on defense. They're doubling Edey, but everybody else is playing locked up man defense tight, and they're not doing anything to break it or anything to get open. Yep. I mean, they're not doing anything. Purdue's not doing anything.
Things you love to see when you're on and under.
Yeah, that's good.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And another missed hook shot for Edey.
Oh, you hate to see it.
You're just crying a river over that one there,
God,
Razor. Yeah, just it's so sad. So sad. Yeah.
I'm gonna take another drink. It hurts.
Tell you what is good news on the day though is Seager's prop was at +112 when I got it earlier today. After Valdez switched and wasn't pitching, it dropped. But I mean, the bet still stayed, so I got in at +112. Seager has been cashing just left and right, especially when he's coming off a no-hit game.
Yeah. Good call there. Yeah. Yeah, baseball's been okay. Tigers let me down, though. What the fuck happened to my guy, Reese Olson, tonight? Didn't pitch well.
Mitch Keller finally fucking woke up to the season and smelled the fucking coffee. For a second, I thought Mitch might have a fucking arm injury or something.
It's like Helen in the first couple of games. There we are. Yeah.
His velo has dropped drastically. It's been bad for him, besides today.
I find it impossible to believe that she wasn't delivering, but I guess.
I made a mistake tonight. I knew, Snell has only pitched against his father's high school team or something. I absolutely know. I mean, two things. One is the Nationals team total was 2.5. It was juiced. I don't know why I didn't take that. I should have laid the juice. The other thing is I don't know how you weren't over the Nationals or on his walks or just against him.
Greasy
We all know that
baseball
Snell
theory-
takes like half a season to get accuracy. We all know that. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking.
Greasy baseball theory. When you see 3 teams on the card that are minus 250 or more, 2 out of 3 are about to lose.
Yeah.
And
Well,
look at the Braves, and then look at.
I should have known that was that was like the bet, but whatever, it doesn't matter.
Like they're just not giving out free parlay pieces in baseball. I haven't seen it.
Yo, I wish this motherfucker would just shoot a 3. Just shoot one more and let me like fucking feel.
Let's go. Yeah.
Let me feel something for like the half a second that the thing is going through the air. Fuck, man.
I think we're about to see Andrew Hurley sub into the game. His 1 point prop went from plus 1,000 down to plus 300 live. I think good old little buddy might be subbing into the game here.
Little buddy. Little buddy.
I mean, Jim, that's disrespectful, though.
Yeah, I won't call my son little buddy. I think that's disrespectful.
I mean, his point prop is 1 point. That's little buddy your age.
Little buddy. Oh man. Speaking of which, where is Buddy? He was lighting up trays nonstop for Syracuse. Where's Buddy Boeheim? Anyone know?
G League. I think he's in the G League still.
Is he in G League?
Let me look. If I'm not to be mistaken.
Buddy, little Buddy was like that one. That was tough to watch, man.
No, I'm to be mistaken. He's on the Pistons roster. He hasn't been playing, but he's on the roster. Shouts to Buddy, man. In the NBA, God bless him. Dabby, you're muted, by the way.
I was just saying that I like those wrenches. Those are nice wrenches.
Yeah, they're nice.
They're good
Let's
looking
just
wrenches.
shine them off.
They're actually, if you go to Home Depot and go to Pub Sports, if you use promo code Pub Sports, you buy this one and you get this one for free. Buy this one, you get this one for free. Promo code Pub Sports, all caps, HomeDepot.com.
Oh, of course. Razor's got to have a wrench
Yep.
for sale on the channel. I'll talk to Jeff about that. We need a razor sharp wrench available for all the handymen out there.
Yeah, drills coming soon. Drills coming soon.
Razor sharp picks wrench. Oh, Jeff will love that shit. You know, Jeff will be the first to fucking love that shit. Now it'll be an expensive wrench. That's the problem because it'll be engraved razor sharp pick. The wrench gonna cost you $50. I don't know if anyone's gonna. Maybe we can get it down to 40 or 35, but it's gonna be an expensive wrench.
It's a real life wrench. You can use it. You can use it. Build anything.
All right. Oh, and one end of the wrench is a bottle opener. Yeah, it could be an everything wrench. Calculator on that shit. Wow. Connecticut up 18. Just domination after domination.
Come on, we need that 17.5 plus 350.
Oh, shit. You're right there. It was the U, man. The Miami, right? It was Miami, right? Wasn't it in the Final Four last year that got within 13? Crazy.
Oh my God. Isn't that talk about falling from grace? The U go from a fucking Final Four appearance, bring everybody back, and they're not even they didn't even get invited towards the fucking NIT tournament. A CBI invitation would have been generous.
Oh, the U falling off in all sports.
Football, I can see it has, man. The college football team is dog shit.
We would like that football team to come back, but what do you think?
Why go to
Lagano?
the U? You can go to Florida. Florida is better facilities, better people, probably nicer girls.
I don't know his name, but all I think of when I think about fucking Miami is that fucking tight end, bro. That he's going to be back next year. Their tight end, it's his 9th year of eligibility.
Jeez.
It's fucking crazy to me. Like, how this is making a career out of college football.
Oh, it's
I
crazy.
mean, look at fucking Baycock. Baycock's like 24. Cormac McRyan, the 2 guard, 5th year graduate from Notre Dame. He was 25 years old. We're the same exact age. He's still playing college basketball. That's absurd. I feel like I graduated college fucking years ago.
There you go, Edie. Go grow some balls. That was what you should have been doing all game.
Who cares about that turnover, Smith? Shoot a fucking 3, and then maybe I'll cheer for you.
Klingen with 7 points. My last bet of the college basketball season, baby.
Oop, there it is.
God, what a mess.
What is
Still
he?
not taking threes. This is unbelievable. Like
You're
that
down
twos
by
aren't going to do you anything. They'll give you every 2-point
17.
shot known to
Yeah.
man right now.
Down by 17 points, and you're still not shooting the fucking ball.
Yeah.
It's because when you do that happen, it's got a fucking facial.
You just make a. Did they just fucking call it technical on fucking?
You know what? He pushed his player there, Hurley, from the sideline, and they
Yo,
said,
what
can't
are
do
you
that."
doing?
Yeah.
What a
I like this.
jackass!
And then he's pissed that they called it. Like, come on.
I love it.
You can't step on
You
the.
can't step
can't
fully
step
on
on
the
the
floor and push
your players?
Yeah.
Thought you could do that.
No, but he's Dan Hurley.
We
He
need
expects
more
to be
of
allowed
that
to
in
do
today's world. We don't need this snowflake bullshit. We need Bob Knight. Come on.
Yo, Jones finally shot a 3 and got stuffed.
That's what I just said. I said that's why he's not shooting, because they get there. I mean, they're in their face.
Well, Cam Spencer on the perimeter defense has been good all year, and
Yeah.
look at that. He blocked that too.
Newton now with 16 points. Spencer with 9. 8 rebounds for Spencer. The leading rebounder in the game is, come on, he's tied with Edie. One more rebound. Cam Spencer leads the game in rebounds.
That was the fucking bet, Babano. Spencer to lead and fucking rebounds. That had to be fucking nutty odds. Like, what?
I mean, is your parlay still alive, or is it?
I mean, I'm plus 10.5.
Okay.
That's it. That's the final leg. I got Klingen under 13.5. I cashed the plus 7.5, and I've cashed the under. So
Plus 10.5 for the game, the spread of the game.
yeah, full game. Yeah.
Well, I hope you get it.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
No.
But they've not offered me one time anything, which is weird. I thought they always, maybe it's because college basketball. I don't know. I haven't done on the SGPs when we do the football show. Kelsey, I'm sorry you feel that way, and we'll touch on it. Okay, we'll touch on it at the end of the game, because we want everybody in the chat to feel heard, and we want everybody in the chat to feel respected.
Yo, I don't care if you're real or not. If you're a member and you're in the chat, shout out to you.
Yeah,
Keep that fucking membership going. And even if you are real and you want to prove it, you can get on camera whenever you want.
No, she doesn't need to get on camera, but she has 2 points.
Put the link in the chat, Jimmy. Let Kelsey come on. Drop the link.
I'd send her the link in a second, but she has 2.8 million followers on Instagram, and she's never mentioned sports before. Sports have never been mentioned before.
Wait, this Kelsey in the chat has 2.8 million followers on Instagram?
2.8 million followers on Instagram.
This Kelsey in the chat right here, that's a member.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's what we're trying to figure out. Because this is I don't know. She can answer that, Kelsey. What? I mean, you want to answer that? You can answer that, Kelsey. I mean,
Kelsey, what's your Instagram? I got
put it in there. I want to follow
What's your
you.
IG?
followers.
I don't know what the IG is.
Let me get your Instagram, Kelsey. What do you got? I got 150 followers. That's close.
You're on your way.
That's close.
I
to
deleted my
2.8
Instagram,
million.
but I had more than 150 like the first day. What are you talking about?
Oh, my bad, Kev. My bad.
It gives you out all your phone numbers in your phone, so everybody follows you. And I was like, no, not doing this shit. Delete.
That sounds like some Facebook shit.
Bro, it did it. And I was like, why the fuck did this thing give out my phone?
She does not need to get on screen or anything like that.
No.
She doesn't need to do that for us. But how about this? Tomorrow, in front of your 2.8 million fans, say something about sports.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be about us or anything. Just say something.
Well, no, if it's her, just do it right now. Send out a
Sports
tweet.
radio.
No, we don't need to force anything. Look, Kelsey, let me tell you this, because this game isn't important except if I could get a 3 and cash his time. Do you think we don't want you to be real? We want you to be real so badly. You think we don't want? I mean, it would
You
be
got 2.8 million followers.
greatest thing. It would be the
Press the share
greatest.
button.
It'd be the greatest thing that ever happened to us if you were real, Kelsey. You think we're not cheering for you and hoping to God that you're real? I mean, it would be the greatest thing. So, God, do you want us to believe in you? We want to believe in you so badly.
Look, I believe in you about as much as I believe in Braden Smith to shoot a 3 here for me.
Let's get a 3 because that 3 would cash me my SGP.
He ain't gonna fucking shoot it, Jimmy. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna let you know.
But Kelsey, truly, we want
the
you
Angels
to
of
be
the
real
outfield, Cap.
so badly. It'd be the greatest thing for
You'll hear me cheer it.
She gone. Nice call, Marty. Nice call back to the Chicago White Sox. She gone. No, but seriously, like we want her to be real so badly. We want this, 4,000 followers, unverified Twitter account to be real so badly. You think we don't? We like being around your energy. It's positive. You're all the who you are on your Twitter account is, absolutely stunning. I mean, you'd be talking. You'd be the hottest. One of the hottest women in the world is capping with us 6 hours a day. You think we don't want to believe that?
Of course, yeah.
God, that would be the greatest thing that ever happened to us.
Tied it up again.
I think what it is times in the past on the channel have been catfishes, right? What was that one person that used to always be in the baseball chat and they ended up winning the one of the contests or whatever, and like they had like a due name or something like that.
I don't know. I'm just thinking.
I think it's funny that Cheshire Cat's blocking people in the chat. That's what I think is funny. That's what I mean, you guys are talking about this, and I think that's totally ironic.
No, Kelsey, we would ask everybody to do that. Kelsey, we would ask anybody because we are supposed to be leading by example here on the show. We're tapping together and leading by example. So we would ask everybody to do that. And you don't have to do that, Kelsey. You don't have to. But don't then expect us to believe that that one of the hottest women in the world wants to cap with us 6 hours a day from an unverified Twitter account with 4,000 followers. That's all. Look, we want you to be real so bad, and you bring a lot of positive energy, and but also there's a reason here. Let me say this: there's a reason why every single pick I put out on the show, I bet. It's just because we're not playing pretend. I'm 44 years old. I mean, you know what? So Kelsey, you can be in the chat. We don't need to, and but truly believe this, Kelsey. We want you to be real so badly.
Oh, Braden Smith attempted a 3, but air ball.
Man,
that's gonna make Gabby feel good.
Not even close. Oh my goodness.
Shouts to Zach Edey though, 37 fucking buckets tonight.
We'll play some defense.
He had 37 points, and they still couldn't get it. 37 points is what you're saying?
I'm just saying, for the kid, he needs to. If you're Zach Edey, the number one thing
I'm talking about UConn. Alabama shot 47 from 3. They win by 14 points. Zach Edey scores 37 points. They still lose by double digits. Like this team, I mean, is incredible.
Yeah, he scored 37, and the team's got 60.
It's incredible. It's just incredible.
So does this make his value go up?
I don't know.
I think his value went up a little bit. He went from being maybe second round to I think he gets picked in the back end of the first. If you're a team that is in the playoffs, why wouldn't you take a shot, right?
Boban.
Don't say that. Don't say that, man.
He's not Boban. He's not.
Come on. I know Boban's had a pretty good career.
And actually, I say that jokingly, but the guy's now that he's not gonna play anymore, he's in fucking commercials.
Oh yeah, he's a movie star. He could be a movie. Yeah. Everybody loves him too. Everybody loves him.
I like him. Loves him. Imagine Edey in a Home Depot commercial. Come on.
Let's give a shout out to our champion of our first ever college basketball. Yeah. Our first ever college basketball confidence pool, Saturated. Saturated was our winner. There was no change because you guys all had UConn and Purdue. So there's no changes. So Dana Delp, Alex Hills tie for second. That is the cash. So our friend Saturated, $672. I don't know why Sean didn't put the 10 cents there. You know, I remember when I was younger, there was I was in a fucking pool, playing pool against this guy. And he called, I was like, I don't know, 10 or 11 years old. We had a pool hall around. I was trying so hard to be good at it. And he said that, I forget what it was. There was like 50 cents or 75 cents left over or some shit. And he was like, and I was like, where is that fucking money? And he's like, that's chump change. That's chump change. You know, chump change. And my whole life, we're all about numbers. I care that there's 10 cents on that motherfucker just to be right about the numbers, be true to the numbers. And I remember who it was. It was Mehdi Shokri, who's now a lawyer in Vancouver, and calling my fucking change chump change. Mehdi is a good person and a good guy, and he's raising a family with the girl I took to prom, Jordan Copeland. But that fucking chump change line has fucking pissed me off for 35 fucking years. You pay what you owe. You put the fucking decimal where it belongs because numbers fucking matter. That's an aside. Congratulations, Saturated, on your win. And then here, the Reaver is our champion in March Madness. The Reaver and Ramon Scott, who's in our chat right now. Ramon Scott in second place. Ramon Scott cashing. Let's go over the cash flow that they just got. Sorry, let me hit this again. So we have here in our 40 entries in our NCAA bracket pool, we have $940 to the Reaver, who did not come hang out with us in San Antonio. He has apologized. I'm going to hold it against him. In second place, Ramon Scott, $470 richer. And then in third place, Jeff Slaughter. Jeff Slaughter. Wow.
Look at that.
Jeff Slaughter coming in third place. I love it.
Keep some of his own money.
Jeff Slaughter in third place. And then in fourth place, we have Andrew. I don't know who Andrew is. I don't know if he's got a tag or some shit. There's the Reaver. Says going to make it up for you, Jim. The Reaver, we love you, man. Oh, he says send me the link to come on. I'll send you it right now. The Reaver. Shit. Well, with UConn cheering up 15, game over. Let's shut this down with our champion, the Reaver. Oh no, I do it right here. The Reaver. I'll send you the link right now. Let's get him on here. Coming to us from San Antonio. His last name is Reeves. What do you think he named? What do you think?
San Antonio, and he didn't come see us.
He did not. He did not. He did not. He has a young son. He has a young son, and you know we have young sons. Razor, what do you think the Reaver named his young son?
There are two choices only.
What do you think, Razor? He named his young son.
I'm gonna let Dave take over. Go ahead, Dave.
Well, I'm gonna go with the good one and say Keanu because the other one would be not great to be naming your son. So I'm gonna say Keanu.
His son is named Keanu.
Okay, better than Christopher is what I was. That was the other one. So Keanu and Christopher. I don't know. It could be a family name.
Oh man,
Davin Cab has a son named Christopher. That's fucked up.
Well, no, you didn't name him after the dude who got hit by a tree.
Reeves last name. Or Austin. Keanu. It's Keanu. It's got to be Keanu.
I don't have any
Christopher.
son. For anybody that's wondering, I don't have a fucking son named Christopher. just to be clear,
this show is full of lies. All of it, just everyone lying all over the fucking place.
But you know who we don't want to be lying is Kelsey.
Yes.
God, do we want Kelsey to be real? Do we not want the most beautiful woman in the world capping with us 5 hours a day?
Kelsey has 2.8 million followers. Can you share my account, please? Just give me a follow on Twitter, X, whatever you got.
Just say one thing about sports one time. Because she was in Toronto, right? And she was in Toronto for an event and betting on the Blue Jays, but not nary a mention of the Toronto. Oh, here we go. Our winner of the 2024 NCAA bracket contest.
Pulled one out here.
Reaver, can you do your phone half Yeah. Get some. Yeah, there we go.
What's up, boys?
There we go.
The Reaver, there he is.
The Reaver who came to Pubapalooza 2,
We got one.
our 2024 champion. Let's hear the victory speech. And I want it to be real nice, Reaver. Your 2024 winner, the Reaver.
Hey, we got one. I needed that one. That was good. Yeah, man. Sorry I didn't make
Sounds
it down.
exciting.
It's tough with the little ones, so I'm highly disappointed that I didn't make it. But next event, I'm there for sure. Nothing's stopping me.
The 2024 champion.
Yeah, I live in Austin too, not San Antonio.
Oh, my bad. So okay, so it was over
Okay,
in
well, that
Austin.
changes it a little bit. Come on,
That's-
that does, yeah.
That's legit. Does he
Yeah.
still
It's a 2-hour
get a
drive.
wrench,
Yeah.
Razor? Does he still get a
Yeah.
wrench?
What about a
You buy this
engraved
one,
wrench?
you get this one for free. Home Depot promo code Pub Sports.
Does it come engraved though, or?
It will. It's
Right.
going to be very expensive, though. It's going to be so expensive.
Pure silver wrench.
I don't know who's going to buy it. It's going to be extremely expensive. But we'll see. We'll see if Jeff believes in it enough. He may. The Reaver cashing our 2024 tourney championship. Reaver, are you looking at anything at tomorrow's card? And also, why don't you let the chat know a little bit about yourself? Because although I know you and I've got to hang out with you, and you ran with Sun Dizzle, but let the cappers know, because you know what's so important to us. It truly is that you get a voice, and not only do you get a voice, that we get to hang out with you and party with you and drink with you, and it's to legitimize everything that we're doing and make everything real. So, the Reaver, tell us a little bit about it, and how did you get into sports capping?
Yeah, no, man, I'm really glad that I was able to come down and hang out with you guys at one time. You guys are my people, definitely. So I like what you guys have built, and I'd like to be a part of it more if I can, you know.
Oh, we'd love that.
Get a little more involved, but I haven't looked into tomorrow. It's some days with the little guy, it's tough. So.
Yep.
And how old is Keanu?
I just had 1 year and 1 month. So.
Ooh, shit! Congratulations, man. That's exciting.
Yeah,
that's
thanks,
exciting, man. What's your sport? Your main sport? Your favorite sport to cap?
I like all the college sports, college football, college basketball, but MMA and baseball.
I love it.
So I
Well,
feel
if you
confident in all those.
bitch and cry a whole bunch, you might get a wrench like Razor.
Yep.
Yeah, I would say I'm more of a gambler, but I need to be more
of a gambler than a
as
handyman?
handicapper.
Oh, that's definitely
that's
me.
my challenge at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
Handiwork.
Contest, though.
The Reaver, it's perfect. You're a perfect way for us to close up tonight's
man.
show. So let's
Cool.
go around the horn.
Reaver.
We'll close with the Reaver.
And Reeves is cool too. Reaver.
Oh, the Reaver, man. Swiggy says the Reaver
Hey,
UFC
Debbie.
300 this weekend. Oh, say what, Reaver?
Oh, Debbie, I was gonna say if I come up to Dallas, I'll hit you up too. It's nice
Yeah,
and
definitely,
close.
man. We can meet up and smoke one.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what
Probably
you
more
do?
than one, but we can meet up and smoke.
Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm gonna smoke a bad after this one. But let's finish off this bottle in style, and let's have Wrenchman lay it out on the line for our final shot of the evening. Razor, we love you. The Derby cometh. The Derby cometh. And I'm so excited about the Triple Crown and horse racing. Horse racing Monday through Friday. No better show in North America. No better show in the world. Who is that?
This is that person in the chat. This is Kelsey live right now. She's watching our show. This is the 2.8 million. This is the 2.8 million. I don't know what she's doing right now, but she's watching our show while dancing outside of her car. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's 25 minutes ago. I don't know if she's watching the game, but hey. Shout out to Kelsey. Shout out to all the wrenches out there. Shout out to everybody in the chat. If you haven't already, hit that share button down below. Hit the like button, subscribe. Shout out to Medicate Monday. Another winning day, Medicate Monday. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Appreciate y'all for joining us. Shout out to Kelsey and everybody in the chat. Cheers.
Cheers.
That's weird, dude. That's fucking weird. That's all I gotta say.
It's all good. It's all good.
Mystery
It's all
continues. Yep.
So Razor, speaking of Medicaid Monday,
Yeah.
that was a $500 under that we just cashed with you
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, it was.
Guys,
So,
I got the points exactly. That was another crazy thing about it. Did you see that?
135.
comment on the
Did you end
show?
at 135?
135.
Did you put it on the comments? Do I owe you?
Huh?
Jesus. Oh,
Because
my
I
God.
said I just went through. Jimmy, we had everybody comment on our show. If anybody got the score, we were going to send them $70. But
Did you?
out of the 40 comments, nobody got them. But
Damn.
one thing I just
No, I
noticed.
put it on the bracket, 135.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
okay.
did. You did because if you had have lost, if Purdue had won, my mom and you would have tied.
For fourth, yeah.
Yeah, so I knew that you had 135. I told my mom, she's in point, no point, with her husband.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, my stepfather, big balls on him, and they're at point, no point. They're at point, no point. The balls would peek out under the robe at times.
Say no Diddy.
No Diddy. I knew you had the 135. I told my mom that.
That's wild, though.
Yeah,
I can't believe it.
yeah. Look at the Reaver nailing it. And Swiggy says you can confirm it on the bracket on the site. You got Swiggy running with us every second. Christopher Comentini saying what?
Check out Swiggy's wrench. He's got one of these wrenches. He bought his wrench. He didn't buy this one.
Yeah.
He actually bought this one and got this one for free. Shout out to Swig. I appreciate you for using the promo code PubSports.
Next
My
is
guy.
chainsaws.
Okay. Okay, the Reaver is going to close up this show, but we got to go around the horn. We got a lot of capping to do tomorrow. So let's go. Billy Brisbane, we're going to get you back in NBA a lot through the rest of the end of the regular season and to the playoffs. Brizzy, I cannot believe the Pacers are 2.5 games away from winning the Central. I cannot fucking believe that. They were 60-1. 60-1. 4 days ago, Dan Kelly gave me the exact day. They're now 14-1. If they sweep the board and the Bucks go 1-3, they win the Central Division. And I've got the Bucks at plus 275. Thanks to Dan Kelly. We're going to talk about all this throughout the week, but that's just nuts. That I've never in my life seen two 600 winning teams, 600 winning percentage teams, finish the season like this ever in my life.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Brizzy, last words. Talk about the podcast, what's going on this week, and where we can see you.
Yeah, Locker Room Podcast. Be back Thursday. UFC 300. Alex Pereira versus Jamal Hill. It's a big event. Shouts to everybody in the chat. Nice meeting you, Reeves. Congratulations again. And Kelsey, if you really think you're not, hey, at least you're here with us. Spend the $5 a month. I'm betting. So,
Exactly.
right?
She's gold. She's gold.
At the end of the day, she's a member. She's paying the channel, so that helps. That
Yeah.
helps us. Look at it that way.
Yeah, we got about 14 more days on that.
Yep.
Dave Rogers, my friend. Dave Rogers, what's going on Nerd Talk and what's moving on for the rest of the week for you, my friend?
The same old. We're doing Nerd Talk on Friday nights, and then kind of have a floating schedule whenever we want, integrating it with some other channels that are doing live streams, but keeping the live streams open during the time of year that not a lot of people want to live stream. It's the guys that do the deep dives, the MOB guys, the as Jimmy loves the Mexican Penal Soccer League, all the stuff that all the stuff that we can still make money on. So we're doing that, and then
I love it.
Yeah, and then I do free pick videos. I'll be on Twitter. I'll be in the chat, and shout out to the chat. Shout out to Reeves is gone, but shout out to the chat. I get fiery sometimes, but that was a little inappropriate, I think. But I love you guys. I love Jimmy. I love the guys in the panel. I love PSR, and let's continue to win.
We love you, Dave. We love you, my man. Bo Bano, thank you for rocking with us, finishing off this college basketball season. You and Dabby Cab were spectacular this year.
Yep.
spectacular records. As you guys know, I track every single thing that's ever dropped on my show, our show. It's not my show, of course. It's our show, and you guys really crushed it, man. And I can't wait. This group that we have, I can't wait for next year. I believe in all of you guys immensely. Bobano, what's going on moving forward? I know you're with me on Friday, but take it away and let everybody know where they can find you.
Yeah, just great season. Great season in college basketball. And it filtered for me overall day to day, November to April. It was terrific. And it's nice to see that it filtered through to the Betting with the Bag show appearances on Fridays. Great stuff. Dabby Cab, a hell of a season as well. Great work. And yeah, profitable season is the goal in any sport. So whenever we have one, we're happy. So great to be with everybody here. Billy, Dabby Cab, Dave, Razor Sharp, Reeves. Congrats on his big win in the pool. Everyone in the chat, make sure you subscribe. $9.99 a month to be a member. I'll be back on Friday with Jimmy the Bag. We're going to be on light during the summer. It's kind of like the off season for me here, but we'll be on every Friday with Jimmy the Bag on Betting with the Bag, breaking down baseball, Stanley Cup playoffs, NBA playoffs coming up right around the corner. Looking forward to it.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Respect. And it was great also, Bobano, to have you for a full game. I know you usually have radio and stuff and writing you got to do, but it's great
Not
to have
tonight
you.
for a change. I could hang out the full game.
It was great.
For a change.
Oh, it was great. We loved it. We loved every second of it. Razor Sharp Picks Wrenchman 2024 is going to be the new handle. Razor, you bring so much fun to capping. Your call on the under was a blowout winner, as usual. Monday through Friday, the best horse racing show in the world takes place at Razor Sharp Picks YouTube channel, and there's no second. It's Razor Sharp Picks horse racing channel, and then there's some other shows that exist.
Exactly.
So please support it if you love thoroughbred action. And now I know that Mikey will come in with the straps, and Mikey Money, not Mikey D loves and respects the straps. There's a thought out there that Mikey Money does, and I think he does. What do you think, Razor? I think he respects and loves. He just, I think he loves the straps. I think he respects the straps. What do you think?
He catches every time he comes on, so I think he respects them.
I think he does too, but I love that Mikey D takes offense. It's part of the nuances that make our group work. And hanging out with Mikey D at the track in Retama, it was magic. I finally get a chance to spend time with him and stuff like that. His anger fuels me. I want him to get angrier and angrier. It just brings more, because he's passionate, because he cares. He fucking cares. And so does Mikey Money. They're just wonderful characters that we get to cap with every day. But Razor, tell us what's going on your channel, my man.
Racing with Razor. But then I got a new show coming out. It's called Wrenching with Razor. We got the vacuum. We got the drills. We do it all, baby. Wrenching with Razor coming soon. We're going to show you how to drill. We're going to show you the shot. We do it all. We got it all. Shout out to all the scumbags. Shout out to all the wrenching. We do it all, baby. Cheers to everybody in the chat.
Dabby Cab, do you think that Razor has a wrench tomorrow?
Oh, you want me to answer that honestly, Jimmy? Yeah?
Well,
it depends if Preston's watching right now or not.
You gonna make any shorts of the live stream? I'd advise against it.
Talking about Preston, make sure you watch the boxing live stream tomorrow night, Tuesday evenings.
Of course, G.
Well,
G, of course we're doing a derby show. Friday will be on the Razor Sharp Picks YouTube channel. I will go there as soon as I'm done betting with the bag. Friday, we're doing it up for the Kentucky Oaks. And then Saturday, I'm going to be begging Razor every day for the next few weeks to join us. And I hope that he does, but I'm not going to put him on the spot right now. But I'll be begging him every second because we won't succeed without him. So, but yes, we'll be doing a derby show for sure. Friday on Razor Sharp Picks YouTube channel. Saturday at Pub Sports Radio. Dabby Cab, we have a big week of baseball ahead of us, and you had a spectacular college basketball season. I'll put out a tweet about it tomorrow. You were at 61.4%, and you're still over 61%. It's the finest season that we've had weekly. You stayed in you found your niche. You found how you succeed. I tried to make you. I said, cap every game, cap every. And you're like, that's not my thing. My thing is to focus on best bets, focus on how I'm going to get paid. The only thing that's important here is getting paid. It's making money. It's improving our lives. That's the only thing that's important here. And you helped us find your niche, find your sweet spot. And you can catch Dabby Cab Wednesday, Thursday, Friday on Betting with the Bag with his best bets. Maybe it's 1 game, maybe it's 2 games, maybe it's 3 games. Whatever it is, he hits 60%. We all get fucking paid. And great work, man. You found your niche, and I just love capping with you, man. Any last words before the Reaver closes out the show?
Oh man, I don't got anything special to say. We got to do it again. It's just one season, and we do this fucking season in and season out. And I'm gonna be honest, man, as good as it was, I'm not happy. Fuck, I left money on the table. You had that dumbass waffle thing that you would put up on the screen, like, those were bets that I didn't make that I should have made that were gonna obviously cashed.
Sorry.
Yeah, there you go. I hate that shit. I don't like seeing it.
The other one?
Good for Jose. Anyways, man. And you saw the props too. We missed the prop today, but 4-1 through the tournament on the props. So, where we're at isn't fucking enough. It's always got to be better. We got more bills to pay and more money to make. It's that simple.
You set the fucking bar. That's what we need. We need the fucking bar set. So 61.4. We'll do the math and figure it out. But great job.
Yep.
Great job. And it meant a lot to me. It meant a lot to the channel. It meant a lot to our friends and our family and our colleagues. So great work. And thank you.
Oh yeah, man.
We're going to close out the show here with the Reaver, our 2024 bracket champion. I love that you joined on the show. You really, truly, it's so dope. So much fun. You change the energy. It's so much fun. I just love it. I love it. Shout out to all of you guys in the chat. We truly have nothing without you. Low Shack in the Bag pops out in 11 hours and 8 minutes. And there's a lot of work to do. Coin, Dustin and Jamie H, Christopher Comentini, Tone Miggins, Fat Wally, Guillermo Zertucci, Swiggy, who's the behind the scenes creating all these contests with me, but he does all of the back end, all of the stuff that I know nothing about, and he does such a great job, and he's such a great friend to create these contests with. And we have our NHL playoff pool coming up in about 12 days, starts on Monday. I guess it's in 2 weeks, Monday, April 22nd. NHL playoff pool. Of course, we do things a little differently here at Pub. And this is how we do our NHL playoff pool. You get a 20-player roster. 16 teams, you get 20 players. Let's go to fucking war. It'll just be $50 to enter. 20 players of your choice out of these 16 teams. That's your roster, and let's go to fucking war and see who gets paid. Truth Teller, Jay Peasy, the voice behind that starts out all of our shows. Jay Peasy is just so money in the bank. Sean, Ramon Scott, Steve G, Lucky Power, SOK, Smoke and Mirrors. Thank you guys. Ilya Katz, thank you for all the support to the channel. And to Sean Higgs, who gifted us $100 before he came on the show. Thank you, Sean. Julian Cesario, Saturated, our champion of our first NCAA confidence pool. Mikey DeMaria, I just love this man so much. He truly, if I could only sit beside Mikey for the rest of my life at Horse Tracks, I'd be there every single day. He's passionate, he cares. I really, really enjoy his company. G Martinez, thank you all. Here, we're going to let a Vipe, my man Marcus McCarthy, Cheshire Cat, Ronnie Lofton. Thank you guys so much. The Reaver, our 2024 champ. We're going to give you the full screen. And when you're done, we're going to shut the show down. And you know what's so cool about this channel is that our winner here, the Reaver, is jumping on screen immediately. And you made the show for me. So thank you for joining us, and congratulations on being our bracket champion this year. So we've had 2 bracket contests. Matty Ice and the Reaver are our 2 champions. The Reaver, take us home, baby. Take us home.
Let's go. Yeah, shout out to Pub Sports Radio. It's a beautiful thing with beautiful people. It brings people together. So any way that I can be a part of that more going forward and help it grow, then yeah, it's all good things, all love. And yeah, shout out to everybody. It's let's keep it going. Cash some tickets.
This fucking money, Reaver. Congratulations to our guy, the Reaver 2024 champ. And please give our love to Keanu. Now, 13 months old. Thank you guys for watching Pub Sports Radio. Let's get this cash. We're on to tomorrow.